you hear me? Okay, I think I have to rejoin.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm not gonna
testing.
start saying the intro until we know sound works. Twitch chat, can you tell us if sound works? Just gonna. Oh, wait, I got an iPad. Let's see if my iPad has sound. We're gonna get some echo. Do we have sound?
Ooh,
Hello, sound? Working. All right, we
oh
have
my
sound.
gosh.
Woo! All right, welcome to the RevenueCat World Paywall Speed Building Championships for the third time.
Whew.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, time of day for wherever you are at. Today, we're going to have a bunch of folks, developers, non-developers, people that want to participate, race to, it's still, some people are still saying it sounds weird, but I'm going to continue on to recreate a pixel perfect paywall using our RevenueCat Paywalls tool. It is all about speed and accuracy, 90% match or better to qualify. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Josh. The journey started with hundreds of remote submissions from around the world. Truly, we have people joining us from across the map. And the top 20 fastest have made it here for the live semifinal speed round. Winners today get to punch their ticket to go to New York City finals at RevenueCat's App Growth Annual Conference, which we actually just officially announced today. So please check that out to see other ways you can get to come along. And what's up for grabs? What are the stakes? Why are we all taking time out of our day for this? Well, the grand prize is $5,000, a custom championship belt, and a Times Square billboard moment. Truly, the winners will be on Times Square. And of course, that round trip to New York City.
That sounds fantastic. So think of this as like a hackathon meets esports. So we're going to meet the competitors and do a little introduction. So first off, I'm Josh Holtz. I have been working at RevenueCat for 3.5 years, and my current role is engineering manager on our paywalls and monetization team.
Great. And I'm Francie Fernandez. I work at RevenueCat in the product marketing team and very excited to bring this competition and other absurd and fun ways of demoing our product to you in the future. And I guess
My turn.
Yeah.
now we should pass it off to our esteemed judges. We are joined by Ariel and Vahe today as well. Ariel McKelly is an app expert and App Figures founder with unmatched industry insight. And we have Vahe Bagdasarian, who is a growth consultant who has a sixth sense for monetization. Anything you judges would like to say? Ariel, introduce yourself.
Let's have fun. I'm Ariel from App Figures. If you've seen any of my videos, you know who I am. I'm going to be watching you with careful eyes and make sure that everything is pixel perfect and ready for making money. So get ready. And give me good paywalls, please.
Vahe, anything to say to our contestants today?
Just let's build some good paywalls, and yeah, we try to make more money.
That's what we're all about at RevenueCat.
No cheating.
No cheating.
Yeah, exactly. No cheating. Yeah.
And Josh, why are we here today? What is RevenueCat? What is RevenueCat Paywalls? What is all this
That is
about?
a great question. I would also like to know myself. So, RevenueCat is oh, my dog is going crazy right now, actually turning my chair. Okay, dog on stream. RevenueCat does in-app subscriptions and in-app purchases, but way more than that. We help apps grow through knowing their customers, metrics, charts, integrations. We have a lot of different tools that can help app developers have a successful business around their app. And we actually launched Paywalls about 2 years ago. And this has been a step in a direction to make it even easier to get that first transaction, where very little code is needed in that. So what our contestants here are doing today is they are going to be using our paywall editor to build a paywall. We're going to be going for speed here. That is the #1 goal. That's why speed is in the name and not quality. But quality is important because quality does lead to conversion. But yeah, that is why we are here today.
Awesome. So moving forward, is it time now for us to get into who we'll see facing off?
I think it is. If we can get the bracket on screen. Streaming. So I don't know if we just want to get out of this scene and just go straight to talking. I don't know. I don't know sign language here. I should hold up a sign that says we understand, no audio. Okay, my board is also not working. Do we just want to change from this group A? Apparently we don't have any audio. I'm just gonna fill this air with talking here. Yeah, can anybody hear us? Do we have anybody hearing us yet? Sound is back on. Okay, sound is back on. Okay, Twitch chat, can you confirm that sound is back on? I'm just gonna wait on Twitch chat. I'm just gonna keep talking here. Is sound on? Apparently sound is back. We're a little bit delayed, so it is the slowest ping of all time. Not a ping I'm happy with, if you understand that technology joke there. Oh, okay. Twitch chat. Twitch chat. Sound back on. Waiting for some confirmation. Oh, I can also turn on mine too. Let's turn on my iPad here and see if I can hear myself. Okay, I can hear myself on my iPad. Okay, Group A. I don't know how far back we lost audio, but I'm just going to re-explain it from the start. Everybody wants to hear again. We have 20-ish contestants. Some didn't show up. Competition is hard. We're going to have two groups, Group A and Group B. Each have 10-ish people in them. Top two automatically qualify and go to New York. The third places in each group will go in a sudden death round. That sounds a little grim. It is not going to be that grim, but it'll be fun, and they will battle it off for the final and 5th place spot. So Group A over here, are we going to try and say names? I can barely say my own name. We'll let the paywalls do the talking. I love it. I love it. All right. I think let's continue on from this bracket, and let's just get going on speed paywalls. We have some time to catch up on, so contestants, no pressure here. Oh, that's right, we do need to show the build. Okay, let's see if we can get my screen shared. Okay, well, it turns out screen sharing does work. Okay, so first off, I have this in here. This is the first paywall I ever built 7 years ago. It took me hours to do, and it looks terrible. Fun fact is our contestants here are going to do much better today than this, and in much quicker time. So this is our first paywall right here. I don't know if we actually have a name for the paywall, but it is Paywall 1. Oh. Would you look at that? This is a legit paywall, and we're gonna have 10 people create today. I don't even know what kind of time we expect this to happen in, but I'm excited to see. So in this paywall, though, let's get my trusty drawing tool out. We have this nice header here that kind of shows what the end user is purchasing. We have different packages here: a monthly package, a yearly package, with also I'm just gonna drag stuff around. I don't know how to do this. Save some time off. We got some features here, and also our trusty CTA on the bottom. You scroll down, there's some more features. Features are super important. And so we're going to see how quickly our contestants can create this paywall. I think that is all I need to show about this one for now. So I think we can get going onto the actual building part. Is that what's next? My face is back on. All right, let's get going. Do I have to do some distractions here in the meantime? So this is what a contestant is going to be like. They're going to be in front of their screen with an empty phone, empty paywall, and they're going to be placing components onto their paywall. I'm not sure why I'm still on the screen, but I just brought toys to kill time. So it's going to be like this. We need to go to another intermission. We will be right back. I'm going to freeze here. Am I done? Are we intermission?
Well,
it is us again.
we're back. Hopefully you can hear us. So we're still waiting to get the top 10 queued up. I think they might have gotten a little bit nervous and a little shy, so we're just getting them all ready. We're giving them a pep talk on the sidelines. But in the meantime, we thought, what's better than a blank screen? Me and Josh. So here you have us.
Two hosts that don't know what they're doing. Wait, no, two hosts that fake. No, we totally know what we're doing. Francie does. I do not. This is very clear here.
I'm going to be honest with you. Josh was sending me esports streams to watch for the first time this morning, so I don't think I quite know what I'm doing either. But I do know that I love this headset.
Oh yeah, look, yeah, ears. My headset doesn't actually work at all, so you can see that I have this microphone and also AirPods in. I am all set up to talk, and that is what we are doing right now.
That is. And Josh, was I mistaken, or did you have a Lego set up earlier? Was that an
I
exclusive RevenueCat Paywalls
This
Lego
is
set?
an exclusive custom-built set. The team that built Paywalls V2 in 9 months each got this custom set. So it is this blank phone screen like our contestants have today. And then they can have separate pieces on. So this is, I'm holding that really poorly. A dollar sign for your paywall.
The influencer thing where they hold the hand up against it, you know?
Oh, I'm not an influencer at all. I have no idea. Is this,
There it is. Helps the camera
look at that.
focus.
Okay. So we have a dollar sign for our paywall. What else do we have? Some fun emojis.
Oh,
I don't know how.
very good.
I don't know how to turn my hand. There we go.
dollar signs for
let's see.
eyes.
Here we go. We have an expensive paywall, or maybe not expensive. I don't know. It is
$29.99.
a yearly
It's all
subscription,
about,
probably.
It's all about value. All about value.
Yes.
Depends what you're getting.
Could be a yearly subscription or a weekly one. You never know what kind of paywall you're getting. But yeah, this is what our contestants are going to be doing today. Right now, they are away from their screens, probably just like spinning in their chairs. But soon, they will be facing the screen, building this paywall. And
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to see this. This has been my dream. A year ago, I was like, what would be fun? Creating an esport, not just a SaaS product. That's boring. No. We got to have an esport. And that is my goal. I've been watching esports for like 10 years now. And I was like, I'm never good enough to actually play in an esport. Barely good enough to host an esport. But you know what I can do? I can build an esport. And that is why we're here today.
And here we are today. Absolutely exciting. And Josh, are you excited to attend RevenueCat's App Growth Annual Conference in the fall on October 14th?
I am. This is my first time. I had an opportunity to go last year. I couldn't due to scheduling conflicts. But yeah, I am super excited for this one. I actually have no idea what to expect. I'm assuming app growth.
Apps will be growing. The rumors are true. The apps will be going up and to the right. We have, last year it was held in San Francisco in a really beautiful venue. We had a very exclusive list of the top app growth professionals in the industry, some really great speakers, some intimate workshops, and we're hoping to carry through that energy again to next year as our second annual one. Everybody had a lot of good things to say about the first year, so hoping to replicate the good stuff, improve the things that we'd like to do more of. And it's actually being held in New York City this year. And as we've mentioned, all of the top 5 finalists this year, no matter where they are from in the world, we made this truly global, they get to come to New York City and come to that exclusive conference. So we're really excited to see these talented builders come on stage. And what's really exciting for anybody that's at App Growth Annual, they'll get to see these top 5 builders on the stage, actually building in the flesh, where they'll be awarded with what's truly a massive gold-plated leather WWE-style championship belt that I'm in the process of sourcing from some company on the internet, and I have high hopes.
How did you get this idea for a belt of that kind?
Well, you know, it seemed like the right thing to do, given that we're trying to take the quiet art of UI building and make it into something grand, right? That's really what we're going for here with the RevenueCat World Paywall Speed Building Championships. Just really rolls off the tongue. So we want to kind of bring that absurd, preposterous, larger than life energy to the stage. And we thought, what better way to do that than with a belt? Really, what other chance are for us software folks getting to have a belt like that? So it's really a once in a lifetime opportunity. And at RevenueCat, we have a mantra on the marketing team, and that mantra is more is more. And I think that the belt really falls in line with that.
A WWE style belt is definitely more. Is it hard to source? How do you find somebody that specializes in this? Are you tapping into your WWE network?
Well, you know me, Josh. I do have an extensive WWE network. As you can tell, I'm extremely buff, and at any moment,
yeah, for sure.
I'm about to bust out of this blazer. But I actually didn't tap into my WWE network for this. I tapped into Google.com and I said, where can I get a WWE style belt? And there is a surprisingly vast network of belt makers out there. I think a lot of little league teams, etc., are building these. You can get your dad one for Father's Day if you're looking for gift ideas. But the supplier we went with has actually made some really cool belts for different celebrity events, some actual WWE affiliated events. They made one for Post Malone. So we're trying to get people the best of the best for this. And it's gonna, you might need to check a bag on your way back if you're lucky enough to win, because it's going to require perhaps its own suitcase. It deserves it.
I would say so. I'm honestly surprised that I have not ordered myself one yet. This is a thing that I would probably do. But also, I think we have some open spots in the competition, so I might actually just drop from hosting and go compete today to
oh my
win a
gosh,
belt.
Josh.
I know, I'm sorry. I want a belt so bad.
I know. What am I supposed to do without you on here? Well, thankfully, I'm protected by our terms and conditions of the contest, which preclude RevenueCat employees from participating. The terms and conditions, they got you, Josh. You can't participate. I've been having to fight off employees with a stick from entering. So if I let you in, it simply wouldn't be fair. Other prize with this is that they get to be on Times Square. Would you be interested in that?
I would be interested in that, actually. Is there any opportunity for me to do that at all? Sorry, this is all about me right now. I don't know what else to talk about on stream.
It's just you and me. Your beloved longtime esports host, Josh Holtz. I think the people, they want to hear from you, Josh. So I think, we could try to swing it. I think that I could see if we could squeeze our, maybe like an Easter egg. We're really far in the back of the poster, just a tiny little picture of you and I's heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's fair. That seems totally fair. So we're going to make that happen. A belt that's crazy. Us on a screen with somebody, not crazy at all. So it seems like a thing that we should probably do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think RevenueCat, we've had ourselves in some way, shape, or form on the Times Square's billboards for various things. I believe, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe there's also some billboard space in the past for was it for what is it, Shipaton, that they had some last year as well?
I don't think it was Shipaton last year. Shipaton last year had some billboards in San Francisco.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking of.
But we did have some New York billboards. I think it was just a random social media thing, retweet and with your app or something like that, and we'll throw you up there.
Right.
So
yeah,
I think it was random last year. This year it's a little bit more skill involved.
Yes, you have to earn your spot on Times Square. Yeah, it's truly it's a fun thing to think that when you're a little kid, I didn't even know what a paywall was because they didn't really exist.
They didn't exist. No, this is
a paywall is getting somebody in Times Square. Exactly. Could you imagine having to explain your job to a young Josh? Do you think he would get it?
I can't explain myself to myself right now. This does not feel like a job. I should I'm just hanging out on stream wearing cat ears, wearing a suit jacket, which I don't actually wear for anything else besides this kind of stuff. So this is just not normal.
It's really not. Yeah, I haven't worn this blazer since I had an office job back in 2019. So I had to blow some dust off it when I took it out of my closet this morning.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Oh yeah.
Is that a vintage Shipaton cap?
This is.
No, September. Vintage September cap. Oh yeah. I feel like your whole setup could be a stream of RevenueCat exclusive merch. I see you've got 2 plushies.
I can go through it all. I
mean, what else are we gonna do?
Oh, here's a very special, unique one. It is a bobblehead.
I've never even seen that.
This is so. This is
explain the
actually a
lore?
bobblehead of me wearing a squirrel costume that I did in a company call about 2 years ago. It's a whole story. We're not going to go into that one, but that is why
Genuine
I have this
question.
suit jacket. Yeah.
Where did the ship it squirrel in the developer lore come into play? Like that's not just a RevenueCat thing, right? That's like
That is a
developer,
GitHub thing.
A GitHub
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
How did
it's a
he get
GitHub thing.
involved?
That is a great question. I could open Wikipedia right now, but GitHub is not sponsoring this. Are they sponsoring this? Are they sponsoring
Next
this?
year.
Can I go in there? Next year, GitHub, if you want us to sponsor it, we'll go into a whole Ship It Squirrel segment. But
Yeah.
what else do I have?
Oh, huge.
RevenueCat Converse.
Gorgeous.
So
Have
those
you ever
don't
worn
actually
those
go on
out
my...
and about?
No, never. They're too sacred.
That's so true. I've not worn mine either.
The classic first plushie. That is
He's
not
so cute.
doesn't have an actual name, but I think is rather iconic for us.
Hmm. I remember, so those guys, they actually come vacuum sealed when we get them for conferences. So I have had to take them out of the vacuum seal and like pulverize them very aggressively to get them to be that fluffy. And it's quite a scene, but it ultimately ends up in something very cute, I like to think.
I have seen that, and it was very aggressive, but it had to be done.
Someone's
so I
got to
just
do it.
I have a whole shoebox full of other RevenueCat stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So we have our pizza cat socks.
Gorgeous.
For obvious reasons. My desk is going to become a huge mess now. I think just some like classic style socks with an RC on them. Something you could probably wear to like a fancy event. We have news at we are starting in 3 minutes. I have to go through this entire box in 3 minutes.
Gorgeous.
More RevenueCat socks.
Fab.
Okay. More. A terrifying RevenueCat sock. This
yeah,
is
so
for.
twisted.
These are the app rejection socks. So if you get your app rejected from the App Store, shoot us a tweet, email, something, smoke signal. We'll send you some socks.
Are those discontinued, or is that still something we still do? Because I feel like
There
you've
are
got lots
so
of
many things
discontinued
that
merch.
happen. I have no idea what we continue or do not continue.
We're busy.
We are busy. What else do I have? I have here we go. A mate cat pin.
Oh, gorgeous. Very good.
That was from a conference in Argentina.
I've
I
never
have
tried
400
mate.
of those. I have 400 of those in my box right now. There's not enough time to go through
We'll
all
have
that.
tons of time to kill later, I'm sure. I'm excited
All
to
right.
hear that in just a few minutes. We'll be starting back up again. And, in case you're just tuning in or in case you blocked out the last hour of all this, what we're starting with is the first round, the first bracket. They're building that MyFitnessPal paywall. We've got 10 folks in this round going head to head. And it's going to be really exciting to see them build. Josh and I will be zooming in on the builds as we go to track their progress. The paywall builders have up to 15 minutes, which I think is, generous time slot given how easy it is to build RevenueCat paywalls. And they are to lock in when they are done their build. And based on that, if the build passes a 90% threshold of accuracy, it's based on time. And so the judges will be zooming and putting on their, monocle to look very closely to see if things are looking perfect. And then they'll be judging based on time. And so in just a moment's time, the top 10 of the top 20 are going to get started. So I'm excited.
I'm so
to see
excited.
those
We had
builds.
some crazy times in the pre-qualifiers. I believe we had somebody create our qualifier paywall in about 3 minutes 16 seconds, something like that.
That's true. The top paywall, it was to recreate the Headspace paywall for the initial qualifier round. And yes, 3 minutes and 16 seconds to recreate a top paywall.
That is mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. I did not expect somebody to create a paywall that quickly. I mean, it is possible we have templates and things that allow people to like start from something substantial. But this was a paywall in 3 minutes and 16 seconds from absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
All right, we
Oh,
just got
we're
news that we're
starting.
switching. All right. Woo! And it looks like, oh, we are off already.
We're
Okay.
off. And Emil's is actually, he was the 3 minutes and 16 second competitor from the first round. So he was the fastest builder. That's who we have on my left right now. And so I'm excited to see just how fast his build goes.
So I'm gonna expand my screen a little bit, so hopefully I don't accidentally end this screen share. But yeah, it looks like right now he is going with the approach of going for doing the header first. There are many ways to build paywalls. You can go like top down and build like each individual component in its entirety first, or you can go more a whole paywall approach, create like the different stacks, the V stacks, the horizontal stacks, align the components, try and get an overall feel for it first before diving down into each individual component. So there's no correct way to do it. There is a correct output, but it's all about the journey there.
Absolutely. And I see we've got some gorgeous gradients that they're setting up and trying to match as well.
That is tough right there. Like gradients, hitting it exactly is tough. And I don't think we actually give our contestants here what the gradient should be.
Yeah, we gave them guidance on color matching, but no no gradient guidance.
Do you know if we're able to expand a paywall at all to zoom into it? I kind of want to show our paywall editor a little bit in more detail. I'm not sure if that's something we can do.
Yeah, I think that would have to be on the competitor side to change their screen, what they're sharing with us. So I don't know if we can bother them with that, given that they're otherwise occupied. But I think that perhaps in the intermission we could showcase some of those elements for watchers.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, we can actually hop into a contestant's final completed submission and kind of go tear it apart a little bit. Or no, tear.
While the judges
not
are
sorry, tear it apart. Probably wrong words because it's going to be fantastic. But all right,
okay,
we're
going
to
to be
switch
changing
to some
it
new
up.
paywalls.
Let's.
All right, I think we might have audio again. All right, audio is back. All right. Francie's audio. Oh. Okay, Francie's audio is not working at the moment. Stream uptime is tough. Our uptime at RevenueCat is 99.99 with some more 9%. All right. Francie is all good. I did want to try and tie that into how good RevenueCat's services are with our high uptime, high quality. And oh my, have you seen Chad's screen? I was looking to the side. My dog is doing crazy stuff right now, but I did not. Wow, Chad is flying. This is insane. I was not expecting this so soon. Whew, energy drinks for sure. Ooh, that should actually be a thing that you do. This is an exercise. It is very stressful. So it should be something that you can log in My Fitness Pal. I agree with that. Yeah, I would love here to kind of. I don't think we can zoom in a lot, but I do want to see how the different fonts are being handled right now. Like, are they the correct font weights, the correct sizes? Like, that stuff is important here, and it is something the judges will look into. So, it looks like we still can't hear Francie, so I am just here talking by myself. Hopefully we can hear Francie here, but you all are missing great conversation. It probably sounds super awkward without any reply in between. I don't know how to fill the void now. This is weird. It does look like... Oh, hold on. I have things blocking my screen. It does look like Blanca does have a little bit more on her screen now. She does have the feature list. The packages are looking great. Yeah, looks like she has some icons going now too. All right. I feel like we're gonna be really close to having somebody done here real soon. But the important thing is the contestants do have a maximum of 15 minutes to complete this. And speed is important, and so is quality. So it's really up to the contestant here to decide when they're completed with their submission, if they are done before the maximum time. So it's kind of a little strategic thing here. Do you feel like your paywall is good enough where it can convert, where you want that speed, or do you take some extra time and like really make sure it is like matching to the spec? I think we're gonna try switching to a different set of contestants here soon. The controls aren't up to me. My hands are not doing some switching. So I'm gonna type into chat to see if we can switch. Oh, Francie already pinged the chat. Okay. I see some stuff happening. I think we're gonna be switching here. I'm excited to see where our next contestants are at. It does look like Francie, do we have some people that are already done? If I look in our chat already?
Oh my goodness.
Is that correct?
I don't know.
Okay, so we did just switch to Theory and Binny, but it does look like we do have 3 contestants that are already done in what feels like record time. But if we look at Theory and Binny here, they're in a similar spot, working on the feature list, changing up some copy. My dog is barking at me. He's not happy that he is not the center of attention here. He's gonna have to be okay with that. Francie's audio is back now. I have confirmation.
Hello.
Francie, this is up to you.
Missed you guys.
I'm gonna take a break.
Okay. Yeah, you're doing great over there. So yeah, like Josh said, I'm surprised and delighted to hear that we already have some contestants that have wrapped up. But just as Josh was saying, it's not just about speed. It's about locking in a paywall that you're proud of and that you feel is at least 90% accurate. Because if you've cut some major corners that are gonna, impact your ability to reflect the true design intent of the paywall to deliver a positive experience, well, then you might not qualify for the 90% threshold. And that, again, is where we have our skilled, eagle-eyed judges, Ariel and Vahe, chiming in here. Oh, wow. I think we've got another person. Wow.
Oh, we just saw
Very-
a submission live. This is great. This is great.
There he has locked it in. He's clicking some buttons. Things are happening.
That
Okay,
is-
Benny is still going slow and steady, but I think that they're doing a great job. It's looking pixel
That is
perfect
confidence
from what
there.
I can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, this is really hard because like in school, like 90% is still a solid A. Like or
absolutely.
B, A, well, not a solid A minus, B plus. It is a passing grade.
Isn't
Here,
that like an A plus? I'm Canadian. I don't know what they're doing.
what is happening in Canada? I have no idea. 90 is like an A minus, but it's still a good passing grade. In Paywall land, under like 90's just barely good enough. So it is, it's tough. The real world is tough.
Wow, sounds like you guys have some tough grading standards in the States. I feel like 90% is pretty good out here in Canada, but we don't have the SATs or any of that kind of stuff, so it's a bit more chill.
Canada sounds great.
You
all
know,
right,
it's not bad.
Can we change? Let's see if we can change to some more remaining people.
Yeah, we can see our lovely contestant Terry on the screen. We told contestants that when they're done their build, they're to put their camera on to signify that they're hands off the keyboard and that they're locking in their build. So that's why we're joined by our lovely contestant Terry on the screen here. But we've asked for the mods to switch to another build so that you can see the folks that are still building. So
Yeah,
let's make
this.
sure that we do that.
Ooh, looks like we may only have one more left.
Oh, it looks like Benny's done as well. Excellent. Wow, Benny, I love that background. You've got a built-in green screen. I hope you're making good use of that for some fun video edits.
Hopefully they can hear us. I don't know if they can actually hear us. They might have us on mute, which is totally fair.
They probably should, because we're kind of annoying.
We're super distracting. I could not do work with my voice in my ears, which is why I work remote. To not distract anybody.
Yeah, I distract myself enough. I truly do. Excellent. Well, if there's anybody who's still competing live, I'm just scrolling through my own feed of the competitors. We could show them, but from what I can tell, it looks like, you know, maybe I think majority of people are done. So I think that, wow, I am so impressed with the lightning fast speed at which people have built. I think given that, maybe we can switch back to me and Josh as we send back to the judges for them to deliberate about who has built not only the fastest, but the most accurate. And we can, excellent.
All right, there we are.
Did you miss
Hello,
us?
We're great. I'm just almost push my keyboard off of my desk. That would not have been good. I'm getting way too excited about this. What was our time there? I don't even know if I saw any times. There's probably a Discord channel where I can see this, but I'm so disorganized right now.
Yeah, let me see. I know it's crazy. Also, I was saying earlier, I feel like an elderly person when it comes to Discord. There's too many channels. Sometimes I click on something and I'm in a voice call with somebody. I don't know. The kids these days with all these platforms, I can't quite keep up.
I don't get it. All right, I'm gonna go into my screen right now and go see if I can jump into a paywall that a contestant built, so we can go analyze it a little bit.
Absolutely. And for that, I'd ask the moderators, could we please switch so that it's just Josh when he's sharing screen? We don't need my little face in there, so you can see close up. So yeah.
All right. Let's make sure we can hear audio. Twitch chat, let me know if you can hear me. All right, they can hear me, and also my dog that just barked, so my apologies. All right, whose paywall should we jump into? Who here? Let's see. We have the times. Looks like Daniel. All right. I'm gonna change to. Oh, I almost ended my Zoom call. That would have been so bad. Change to my screen here. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna see what the quality of this looks like. Hopefully on stream it is fine. Oh, that is okay. So, what do we have here? This paywall is looking fantastic. We have the header image over here, or the header with a gradient that looks pretty correct. We have our monthly package over here. We have our yearly package.
Gorgeous. Got the little discount
question
badge.
now is, do they have the selected state? Which, ooh, there we go. Selected state is very
Fabulous.
important. Otherwise, the customer doesn't know what they're trying to purchase. So I do love to see that. Okay, we're scrolling through the paywall here. We got the features. Looks good. I don't see. Ooh, I don't know if this is a typo or not, but there's a lowercase w here. I'm not sure what kind of deduction that gets. Is that correct? Is that not correct? Does it matter to the
Yes,
customer? I don't know. It's all about the conversion here.
It's so true. Yes. Well, the judges have guidance on what the technical copy should be. It's up to their discretion about how much they want to weight the errors. But I think the way that we're thinking about it is how much does it impact the user experience and the visual integrity of the design? So we'll leave that to our esteemed judges to determine.
Let's go into one of the ones that's submitted more towards the end, just to kind of see quality versus speed. So this one, I mean, my eyes right now aren't great.
I see a double icon.
Oh, double icon. But this one actually has a border as well. The last one didn't have a border. So I actually don't know what is correct here. The judges will be looking at all of this. This is why I'm also not a judge. I don't know if that's where my skills lie. But yeah, this is a little bit
Impressive
different.
Nonetheless. But I do see that they've got the two icons, which I believe were not the ones specified in the build brief. So that is a minor visual difference, but you know, if there's enough of those, could impact.
Yeah, all right. What is our judging status? Do we know where we're at here? How many more should I go jump into?
Let's see. I'm sure the judges will flag to us when they're about ready.
All right. Let's see. Let's jump into another name here. Filling the void with my Zoom call buzz. I'm expert at that. Okay. How does this one look? Ooh. This one
Wow,
also,
off the bat, looking good.
this one also has a glowy selected state, which I don't know if that one...
I think that is actually what the build itself has. I'll have to double check. But I think that is quite accurate, quite pixel perfect. And so this person really put some good attention to detail. This is Theory Miranda. Let's see how long Theory's build was. Okay, Theory was kind of in the middle of the pack with 10 minutes and 3 seconds. But it seems that attention to detail is really there for Theory.
If we notice here, the icons are a little bit off here.
Oh, that's true.
Which again,
that's true.
To some consumers, not a problem. Other consumers, that might be a flag for them that this app might not be the one they want. So it's tough.
It's true. It's hard to say what tips the scale when a consumer is making that purchase decision. But this really is, we always say at RevenueCat, you know, your paywall is it's your first impression in a lot of ways. It's your sales pitch for your app. And so you've got to make a good one. So every decision design-wise counts. And thankfully with RevenueCat and RevenueCat Experiments, you can be A, B, and testing those little tweaks to see the impact it has on the full funnel.
That would actually be a super fun test, is to see how bad like a typo or like misalignment actually affects you. If it actually provides more conversion because somebody sees your reel, that'd be wild. We should do a blog post on this actually.
That's a good point. Yeah, I feel like in like growth marketing, there's some hacky things people often do with intentional spelling mistakes so they get more engagement in the comments.
Yeah.
People like to feel smart. So I wonder if that's something to actually test.
Nice. Okay, my dog is going crazy. I am...
We can't hear the dog, which is great news, so don't even worry about it. I'm sure he's distracting to you, but thankfully...
It's so distracting. And now he's barking.
He's not picking up.
I do need to take him
He's excited about the speed build.
He's a fast dog, so... Oh, looks like we also have an ongoing incident for Apple Store Kit 2 right now. Good news, though, is... going to do a little plug here, is with our services, we do actually allow purchases to still go through if Apple is having errors of this sort.
Exactly. RC Fortress, right?
Yep. We implemented that about 2 years ago. So if Apple's having issues or something else, we are there to still support you and your app, and your end users still get access to the thing that they want. So it's something that like you can build on your own, but it is actually complex and you shouldn't have to. we're here so that you, as a developer, can focus on your app, your customers, your expertise, and not on all this little knowledge on the side that you kind of have to discover along the way.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that's happening out there, but glad to hear that RevenueCat is here with the tools that you need to protect yourself.
Yes. Well, I think we looked through a lot of paywalls here. We're still waiting for judges to come in, I believe. But
Josh, you maybe want to pull up the inspiration paywall. I saw you had that open, the MyFitnessPal.
Oh yeah. Let's
return to the source.
This one. Okay. Here's the source.
This. Ooh.
I was doing some drawings on here. Let's undo.
So looking at this now, I am confirming that there is a gradient on the box around the package selector. So Theory really did an excellent job in capturing that. Hopefully, the time is enough for him there, but impressed with that.
I did just notice this gradient is also one that I think is on an angle here, which
it is.
Could give somebody the little extraness there to pull through if they caught that.
All in the details, really, yeah. And those little icons, yeah. RevenueCat has a. Oh my goodness, we had a break in here.
There is.
Even MyFitnessPal did this.
Wow. I did not expect the icons to actually be off-center on a professional paywall. Not saying it's bad. I'm not a paywall designer expert. But I was just not expecting that.
Oh, I'm hearing word from the judges that they're poring over the details. They want to make sure that they are really putting attention into who should take home the crown. So they're going to need a few more minutes, Josh. So
I think that means that our competitors are super strong. Like
I think that is what that means.
They're all close, and it actually might come down to speed, which is on brand for what this event is.
Absolutely. Yeah, speed building. And I think, it's a hard call, like you were saying, and that's what the benefit of testing is, to know what little changes or impacts are making that difference. Interesting to see that the alignment actually was part of the source. So good attention to detail from that person as well.
Let's go check on the casing that I mentioned earlier. Okay.
Definitely.
It is an uppercase W here. I'm going to zoom in. So
my goodness.
Is that gonna where's my drawing tool? There it is. No, my drawing tool is busted on here. Well, okay, whatever. Anyway, okay, do we want to look at anything else here, or should I find something else to show all the folks who are paying attention?
I think well, let's think here. What else could we show? Anything else that you want to show off in the RevenueCat Paywall Builder?
Yeah, let's go back. So if you don't want to do a paywall from scratch, our template gallery has, I think, about 20-ish paywalls to show from now. So you can see all different kinds here. We have one that is a free intro trial style with a Switch component that we just released 2 weeks ago. A very similar one with a toggle for family sharing. We also, I think, have our virtual currency in beta right now, which we have a paywall for that. So if you have a game of some sort, we do support that. It looks like we are ready to transfer to the judges. I will show more templates later on in the stream, but it is time for the judges.
Wow, this is so exciting.
I know. I cannot wait to hear this.
2 people are going to New York. Let's find out who they are.
Who is it going to be?
Yeah, you can really see Vahe lost in thought. He was doing, the thinker pose.
I do that quite often myself.
Hmm.
Is it the quality? Is it the speed? I don't know if he could tell there.
You know, when I thought we were going to announce the top two, I am just so excited to hear who's getting sent to New York today. It's going to be a great trip, and the fact that they get to attend all of the App Growth Annual Conference is a really great opportunity because we have so many folks that request to go to the conference, and because we have limited spaces, this is a very elaborate way to get yourself on that list.
How big is it? How many attendees can we hold this year?
Last year, I know it was 250. I don't
Okay.
want to speak out of turn here, so let me confirm how many we actually have available for next year. We actually just made the announcement today. It's a pretty exciting day for RevenueCat between the Speed Build competition and App Growth Annual. The registration is actually open. You can find a link to that on our Twitter as well.
Is it a first come first serve? Is it a drawing? How can people make sure they get to this event?
Yeah, you've got to actually apply to join in person to be selected.
Okay.
So we have the application form online. You can share a little bit more about your background and what really interests you in coming to the conference. And the good news is, though, even if for whatever reason you aren't selected to attend or you are simply unable to be physically there that day, we are going to have a virtual version of the conference, which will hopefully be streamed much more smoothly than what we've experienced so far today, where people can join in.
Tough. Streaming is tough.
It is. It truly is.
Awesome.
But
Well,
yeah,
so
that'll be great.
So what you're saying is it probably is easiest to get to this event, or to the conference through the Speed Paywall competition. Like that's probably the most kind of secure way of securing your spot.
I would say, if you have a certain set of skills, which all these 20 some odd people do,
Yeah.
I think that this could be one of the easier ways to get on that list and have the chance to come to New York. Josh, when's the last time you were in New York?
Oh, it was 2019, actually.
Okay.
It was one of my last trips before I was stuck home.
Oh, gotcha. What brought you there? Work or fun?
I was contracting for a big company at the time, so I went to go see their office there and hang out with some friends. So it was great. It's been a lot of time. I spent a lot of time in Manhattan. I'm sure things have changed. But I actually don't know what New York is like in October. Is it hot? Is it nice?
It's really magical in my experience. Fall in New York is really beautiful. They've got a bunch of, trees doing the whole fall color changing thing.
Ooh.
The last time I was in New York was it was when they were having that heat wave just this past June, and I was at DroidCon, and it was probably the hottest I've ever been. Our events manager was kind enough to send us those neck fans. Have you ever seen those?
I have seen those on TikTok. Yeah, I'm like, do I want one?
They're pretty cool. Like I really they cool, literally, pun perhaps intended.
I like
the
puns.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't think I would otherwise have survived. It was just that kind of heat where the second you walk outside, you're like, it was quite a lot, especially in a smoggy environment like New York. But I think it'll be a lot more temperate for our
Nice.
lucky attendees in October. And the venue is so gorgeous as well. So it'll be fun. And last year at the App Growth Annual Conference, it wouldn't be a RevenueCat event unless there was some over-the-top surprise. So we had
What's happening this year?
I can't, I'm not at liberty to say, but I know that last year, if it gives you any indication, we had a ball pit where you could jump in with your software colleagues and pose for photos. We had, I think, edible bubbles, like somebody was like blowing like edible bubbles that you could.
My kids would love that. My kids would love that.
For sure.
I mean, they eat the ones that you're not supposed to eat, which I think they're non-toxic still, but they would be all about that. So maybe I should have come to San Francisco last year for that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how well the bubbles would have traveled back home had you tried to carry them in your suitcase, but
Probably not great.
probably not the best. But yeah, I'm just seeing for anybody who's highly anticipating the answers like all of us, we're probably waiting another 5 more minutes from the judges. from what I'm hearing, it's neck and neck. Our contestants really blew us out of the water with these lightning fast and pixel perfect builds.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that, this has been, this contest was originally launched alongside the release of our totally reimagined paywall builder at the beginning of June. So we've been seeing in a slow trickle of entrants from beginning of June to mid-July when entries closed. And these contestants, they just got the paywall about a week before so that they could prep amidst their busy lives. So everybody who's on this call today has already invested so much time in the process. So we're so thankful that all of these speed builders have taken the time out of their lives to really become masters in paywalls. It's
so cool. Like, seeing them build this as fast as they can makes me realize how slow I am now at using this own tool. Like, I don't spend a lot of my time speed building through what we made. Like, I'm there slowly doing quality work, but seeing them just fly through it is great. And they've caught a lot of things for us to kind of improve along the way too. So they've been like an amazing QA team, and I think have helped us actually like made our product even more high quality from a lot of the things that they have discovered throughout the past month, 2 months, 3 months.
They're all effectively power users at this point, which is exciting. And it's cool to see them be able to, in many cases, less than 10 minutes, recreate a paywall that one of the top apps in the App Store is using with such ease. And so it just goes to show the opportunities for app builders using RevenueCat to do the same and to test different concepts. So it's great to see it all in action.
I'm really excited for the sudden death round because that paywall design contestants have not seen yet, correct?
That's correct. So they'll just be seeing it for the first time today. And it'll be quite interesting to see. So we're announcing not only the top 2 that are going to New York automatically in each round, but whoever it is that placed third. And so those third place contestants will go head to head live with, as you said, a paywall they've never seen before. And we'll get to see them interact with that for the first time. So it'll be, to date, they've all had the chance to prep even for the first round and the second round. So it's in a way, maybe a different skill set to see how do they strategize on the fly when they're seeing something for the first time. So we'll see who succeeds in that environment because it is a bit of a different skill set.
It is. I would love to know if people actually like trained for this as well. Like, did they train for creating different ones from scratch besides just the ones that we handed them? Like, did they go for the approach of getting into the competition, or did they go for the approach of like learning, like I don't even know the word I'm trying to say here, but like get that like natural paywall feel where it's just
like a literacy of it.
Yeah. So I'm excited to kind of see what skills they have developed from this.
Yeah, honestly, these folks should start a paywall building consultancy where they're just speed building paywalls. There's an idea.
They are some of the most qualified folks now. So
I know.
This is probably an idea that we will execute on here in the next few weeks. This seems like a thing we would do.
Yeah, starting our own paywall army. Yeah. Stay tuned. Don't let my boss hear you say that too loud because that'll be my next project.
Hopefully he's not listening right now. That'd be weird if he wasn't listening, I guess, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. He's a busy man. This has been a long stream. Hi, Rick, if you're watching.
Hi, Rick. How did this competition start, by the way? I don't know if we actually got any history on that. Like, where did this idea come from?
It's a great question. It started where many of the best RevenueCat ideas start. In the Slack channel we have called Topic Dumb Ideas.
That's my favorite channel.
It truly is, mine as well. And I, as we were preparing for the launch of our reimagined paywall builder, I was trying to brainstorm ideas for how we could really illustrate to our audience just how fully customizable the new paywall builder is, just how quick and easy and intuitive it is for anybody to build a paywall in RevenueCat. And one of the ideas that came up in that brainstorm was to turn it into an esport and to encourage people to speed run building, some of the most popular paywalls in the App Store. And one thing led to another, and here we are on Twitch.
Here we are. So you don't watch esports though, right? But you still had this thought of making it an esport?
I've heard of esports.
Okay.
I've had people in my life. I've had a lot of roommates over the years that I've seen hunched over their laptops playing League of Legends, and so I'm adjacently aware of the space, but I can't say I spent much time myself being tuned into it.
Well, I am very thankful this happened, because this was not a thing that I think I lied about an hour ago, where I was like, this was always a goal of mine, was to create an esport. Fun fact, it was not. But I think it was a really cool side effect of how we can kind of tie in what we do, make it fun, bring other people into it. So
absolutely,
I'm happy to see that we made a paywall editor, we made an esport, and that's going to cause two people to actually fly from wherever they are to New York. That is just crazy to think about.
It is so exciting. Honestly, I think, working at RevenueCat, this is my first time working in a developer tech company. And I think I never imagined it'd be so fun to be a marketer in this space. Everybody is just so down to be silly, have fun, be playful. And I think it's been really cool to work with the RevenueCat community and engage people in competitions just like this. Because, you might think, software development, boring, but no, it's actually an esport now. Pretty fun.
It is. Paywalls is an esport, which is crazy.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm so excited to see who gets to go to New York.
Yeah, where are we at with our judges?
I think, last I heard, we should be hearing from them any minute now. And that'll be great. And these judges as well will be live with us in person in New York City. So I'm excited to have everybody united live on stage. And I think we're trying to carry forward that esports energy to the in-person event too. And it's going to be, as close as we can get to a stadium electric energy as possible within the conference space. And
I've never been to a real life an in-person esports event before. I've watched esports a lot, so I'm kind of familiar with the thing. But I might have to go find a local esports event to attend to kind of get the feel. Is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't think it is.
Maybe you could expense it. Go fly somewhere else.
I like that. Okay. All right.
That is on my list. I don't have the budget approval for that, but I'll pretend. I'll pretend I'm not powerful.
I'll find my way.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. I'm sure. I feel like I'm in Toronto, Canada, and we've got the Toronto Blue Jays, our baseball team. And I went to see a game of theirs recently. I have no idea what's happening in baseball, unfortunately, but I had so much fun in the stadium. I think just anytime you're in a massive room with lots of people and there's the lights and there's the chants, you're just like, I don't know what's happening, but I know I'm excited. You're like a dog at a party. You're like,
it's gonna be great. Happening. Yeah. I don't like seeing that much in-person energy, hopefully yelling, screaming, excitement towards what's happening on screen, towards paywalls, is it's gonna be weird to think about, but I'm super excited to be there. And that's in 2 months' time?
Yeah,
nearly.
It's about 2 months' time. Yeah, we're looking at October 14th to have everybody there. And definitely everybody listening, stay tuned to RevenueCat's social channels, because we will be releasing a lot of really exciting information about the speakers and the workshops that we're going to host. We have some amazing people from the community that are going to be in attendance. And you can get a sense of who we had last year at Rega. And if we're saying Rega, that's kind of a bit of inside terminology. It stands for RevenueCat App Growth Annual for short. And so you can get an idea of who came last year. And I think we will have, a continued awesome caliber of attendees and presenters and workshop hosts and everybody. So,
and I believe some of the talks from last year are recorded and on our YouTube.
They are. Yes, I would definitely suggest listening to them. Some really great information and really engaging presenters. Yeah, so I think you can find all of that on YouTube. And if there's anything from even this stream that you want to relive again, well, this will be archived.
I want to rewatch this myself, so I can't. I lied. I can't watch things that I'm in. So
I know.
I'm gonna fast forward to the parts where I'm talking and just watch the exciting parts.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the winners announcements on repeat for sure.
Yes, for sure.
See that.
This is a very hard decision. It is people's lives. It is flights to New York. So
and they put so much time in it.
Yes. We got to make sure that two that are picked are the correct, or well, I guess the three that are picked are the correct ones.
Totally. I'm excited to see. So the next build that we have coming up is, this one I heard was quite challenging to try to do as quickly as possible. So excited to see how the team has been able to turn that around. I think they have been able to. I think what I've heard is that really building these paywalls is quite easy in terms of the pre-built components that we have and all the design tools. But the challenge that a lot of folks have come into is just copying and pasting the text in, and that, making sure that they're adding the text in, and especially a very text heavy paywall, that can be really the biggest contributor to time from what I've heard from some of the contestants. And I could see that being the case, just in terms of the manual effort of copy and paste.
It can, and I believe our next paywall uses the tabs component, which our first one does not. So it is a little bit different style paywall, different environment to kind of build on. So I'm excited to kind of see how that speed happens. We got an update from the judges, so we're both looking at our screen right now, reading it.
Interesting. So I'm seeing that the judges, in terms of an update, they're really poring over these results, and they're really making sure that accuracy is being met in addition to the speed. And again, this is the RevenueCat World Speed Building Championships, but it's paywall building at the end of the day. So we are focused on accuracy as well. And you could build anything really quickly, and then if you squint at it, it might look like the paywall, but we want to make sure we're staying true to the design intent.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's like one clear winner here, probably, not to spoil anything, but the second and third place are the ones that they're making sure that they get correct right now. Very interesting.
Right. Josh, what else could we do for the RevenueCat Paywalls fans? Should we freestyle rap something? Like, what do you think?
No, I am not skilled in that one bit. Let's see. Oh, what we can talk about is RC Friends. So if you aren't familiar, RevenueCat has spent an extraordinary amount of time and effort in creating some really personable, exciting groups of cat friends that represent our product, our community a little bit, and you'll see them on our website, dashboard, marketing materials, plushies, other swag. So I think we have 2 plushies out right now of our friends. This is the only one I have, but this is Bidler, I believe is his name. How should I spell it? Bildler. Bidler.
Yes, it's
Bidler,
intentionally misspelled.
Intentionally misspelled. Not the brightest cat in the bunch, but he is one that is more of the builder type of engineer. Engineer might not be the right word, but more of like the muscle in the group. So I think he's a good fit for what we are doing here, because like we are paywall building. We do have other friends. There's Shippy, who is a squirrel-looking cat. I think Francis is going to show. Shippy. Francis is going to try and...
Yeah, I'm trying not to disclose any confidential company information. Okay, that's that monitor. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say, if you've heard of our Shipathon, it's a really fun. Josh, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so I've got this guy over here is Shippy, and so Shippy's whole shtick, rather, as Josh was saying, is that he is a squirrel that really desperately wants to be a cat. And again, we're returning to this whole ship it squirrel thing, which I barely understand. Maybe we can do a deep dive on that. But yeah, this is little Shippy, and he's the kind of the unofficial mascot of the Shipathon. And we can see our beloved colleague Charlie here in this promo video. And you know, the Shipathon is open. Submissions are open if you haven't heard about that. And just to do a little plug for this, your challenge is to launch a brand new app on the App Store or Google Play Billing using the RevenueCat SDK. And you know, if you thought the prizes for this competition were amazing, I'd encourage you to look into the prizes for this one. Because we're giving away 5,000, which is pretty good, especially in this economy. But hello, $300,000 in prizes.
What is that?
That's a lot of cash.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's a lot of cash. And we're partnering with some really amazing partners, or rather sponsors, that are helping to make this possible. And there's a bunch of different categories that you can win in. And of course, again, we love Times Square at RevenueCat. All first place winners get their app featured on a massive digital billboard in Times Square for an entire week, Josh.
That is worth more than 300,000. Actually, my math might be wrong, but it's probably close.
It's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. Yeah, so we can see here, you know, this is Shippy again. He's making a cameo appearance in Times Square, which is super exciting. And just kind of give you a sense of where kind of like your app here sort of thing. And we love little Shippy. He's cute. Would you say he's your favorite RC Friends character, Josh?
I don't like to have favorites, but 1,000% yes.
I don't like to have favorites, but if you force me to have a favorite, I absolutely love Shippy.
As I'm holding another one. Sorry, bud. But yeah, Shippy,
you know what?
Shippy is my, like, we're on the same vibe, same frequency, so I'm there.
It's true, and you know, you would have a Shippy, and you know who we blame for this? Our colleague Charlie. I doubt Charlie's watching this because he's a busy man.
I will call Charlie out on stream, yes. I was supposed to have one in my hand, and here we are.
Charlie's fault.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame,
Just
Charlie.
kidding. We love Charlie. Charlie's very busy with this very Shipathon, this very competition, the Shipathon that we are referring to as we speak. But definitely would encourage you guys to check that out.
I think the first one last year kind of started off as an accident, or something that was just kind of a small, hey, let's try and do a hackathon type of thing. And I think the thing that we decided is like, hackathons always had this feeling of like, you're spending all this time or all this energy in a short amount of time. You make something and you get to the end, and it's not a thing that like you can actually keep building upon. Like, it feels like a wasted energy a little bit. But with Shipathon, it's a very different feeling hackathon, and it actually aligns very well with kind of what RevenueCat does. And like, we're here for app growth and having people succeed with their app long term. And Shipathon just does that. Like, we're not here for picking Shipathon apps just because like they did something cool in the amount of time. I think that is like a category, but a lot of the wins here, and the goal is for people to actually ship an app to the App Store and kind of have that app grow from that day on, to like give a platform for people to like have a successful app of their own. So definitely. It's a very unique feeling hackathon. And there's been a lot of people who have had app ideas started, and this like 2-month time frame has forced them to kind of get their app done. And I think Francie has to leave this channel to go join the judges.
Be right back.
She'll be right back.
Reins, Josh.
I think her face will still be. But all right, I don't think we can hear her, so I think that's good. Okay. I'm just gonna keep talking then about the Shipathon. Yeah, so it started off last year. It was a somewhat... Oh, wait, why is my face? Oh, there we go. Okay. It was a somewhat smaller event, but highly successful. This year, Charlie, who is our one of our developer advocates now, has spent quite a bit of time and energy making this thing even larger than it was. So yeah, we have lots of prizes, lots of big sponsors, and people that have been preparing for this. And we even have a category this year for employees as well. So last year, employees weren't allowed to participate in it. This year, there's no cash prize, but there's a lot of energy within our company now for people getting their first app out in this time. So it's really cool that RevenueCat inspires its own employees to kind of go through a lot of the same stuff that what our customers do. It's nice to kind of have that empathy and understanding of all the pain points, and that kind of is what I think what makes us so special here. I am very excited to see how the turn, or kind of what is happening in the judges room right now. I won't leave you all, but I am curious who is going to be first, second, and third. It looks like there's some strong deliberation on. One of my colleagues told me to remind you of how cool the RevenueCat iOS app is. We have our own app on the App Store. Android one is in the works. No spoilers or pressure on the team doing that. But we do have an app in the App Store where you can kind of see a lot of your high-level stats of how your app business is going. You can also get notifications as well of purchases, renewals. You can get sad notifications of customers churning, but it can be this fun little like dopamine hit of your customers purchasing your app. And one of the exciting things that the app also has is you can actually preview paywalls and our customer center in the app. So if you design a paywall on our editor, you can also go to the app and see it live, feel how it feels on the phone, check out how the fonts look, the images look on that phone size, and it's a great tool to pair with our paywall editor. Paywalls look different on every screen, every phone. The previewer that we have on our dashboard is as close as we can get, but it doesn't really like feel the exact same way a phone feels. So our iOS app allows for previewing it in your hand. Okay, cool. Francie is back. Our title is speed building, not speed judging. So there was nothing advertised incorrectly there, but we will try and get things moving faster here for everyone. It looks like my computer is actually not plugged in right now. That is terrifying. Let's get some power hooked up to my laptop. Not sure how that, I blame the dog. Okay. Woo! Laptop has power. That was that was a scary moment. All right, is Francie back on? Francie's not back on screen yet. Hopefully your voice is here. Otherwise, I'm talking to myself again, which is not the first time, even outside of this stream. But that's for a different conversation, not with everybody on Twitch. It looks like Ariel's writing stuff down. I wonder if, I am talking to myself again. Confirmed. Great. That is very on brand. My ears hurt. How do people wear these things long term? Wait, we can hear Ariel? Oh no, we can hear Ariel. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna keep talking loud so that we can't. Oh no, we can hear Ariel. Hopefully nobody else can hear Ariel. Terrifying. I wonder if he just spoiled everything. Ariel. I'm gonna keep talking over Ariel. Ariel's not muted. Oh. We don't hear Okay. I thought we could hear. Okay. I thought I heard Ariel. Maybe that was in a separate ear. Whew. Okay. Live streaming is hard. It is hard. But we're gonna figure it out. Chat. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, Francie is back, and I think our judges will actually have an answer here soon. All right. What else? Okay. What else can I talk about? Let's see. I've talked about our iOS app. I've talked about some of our paywalls. I could go to more of our templates, but I'll talk about that maybe next time. Okay, judges are ready. Let's take me off screen and go straight to our judges.
Oh my gosh, a split to the judges. Let's announce
To
the
the
top three.
judges.
Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Yes, can you see me and hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. After lots of deliberation, and when I say lots, I mean lots of deliberation, like a lot. We had some challenging issues to look at. So we had to change the criteria, not change the criteria, but we had to change the way we scored a little bit. So the good news is we have people who are advancing. The bad news is almost everyone messed up enough things that we had to change the way we grade this. So we have chosen. Are we ready with the screen? Do we need a drum roll? Let's go for it. Drum roll. I'm drumming on my desk. Drum roll, please. Meal's going to the next stage, and Daniel, which were the two fastest and also the two most accurate.
Yep.
Daniel had some issues, and I gotta say, I like some of Daniel's work a little bit more than the original, but we didn't factor this in at all. That was not a part of it.
Yep.
Who is number three? Number three is, are you ready for the drum beat for number three? Theory. Yeah.
For a little interview. Could we get that queued up? Very exciting. And Vahe, you've got a little bit of audio interference in the background, I believe, if you don't mind muting that. Okay, great. And so as we look forward to talking with our winners today, you know, when you guys were doing your judging, what do you think really made you know, the paywalls stand out that came forward today amongst all of them?
So I think for me, so I'm a business guy. To me, if something looks like it can be a thing that you click and you say, yes, I want to give you my money, that's a win. And so pixels can be off by a little bit, round corners can be off by a little bit, but generally the spacing has to feel good. The font has to be the right size. The price has to be in my face. And that's what we were mostly looking for, a page that looks like the original, but also embodies that feel of, we probably iterated over this so many times. If you mess up some of the little stuff, it's gonna cost us something. So that's what we were aiming for, making sure that from a business perspective, from a user UX perspective, this makes sense and checks all the boxes.
Very exciting. Awesome. And I'm really excited for us to bring these speed builders on stage in New York in October, and Ariel and Vahe will both have you guys present in New York, right?
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to be a lot more strict when you see us in real time. So really bring your A game, your A+ game, your 99% game, whichever country you're from, even if you're from Canada.
Even if you're from Canada. And you know, there's a lot more on the line next time. It's really exciting that these folks, the top two, they're going to New York. They're going to be featured on Times Square. And on top of that, they're also going to be eligible to compete for that $5,000. I almost said $5 million. Could you imagine? $5,000. It's $5,000. We're not quite so rich. Yeah, they're eligible for that $5,000 prize and the belt, which me and Josh were hyping up quite a bit earlier.
I want the belt so bad.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting. And you know, the judges will get to bestow that upon them, which is really exciting.
That's great.
Great. So yeah. Awesome. So and then we are going to have another round for round 2. And then the third place winner of this round and the next one will have a sudden death, which will be all about seeing who gets that last spot to come to New York City, which is pretty exciting.
That's gonna be wild.
Yeah, definitely. Great. And Josh, you know, when you bring these contestants on screen to give them a quick interview, what's really on your mind? Like, what do you want to know from the judges? I mean, rather from the contestants.
I mean, I kind of want to see how they feel about the pressure of creating these things on stream, where there's millions of people just eyes on them. I mean, it is hard enough to use a tool and create a paywall that converts when you're in your room all by yourself, but with eyes on, it is stressful, and I want to see if a lot of their practice has actually made it feel easier, or if it was just as difficult as they expected.
I would love to suggest a question. I'm curious, how do you practice for this? I mean, I know how to practice for a run. I know how to practice for a lot of stuff. How do you practice for a speed paywall building competition? Do you sit at home and do you like reach for your mouse? Like go, okay, we'll get started. What do you do? I would love to hear that from the contestants.
Right hand mouse, left hand mouse. There's probably you have to cross train.
Yeah, definitely. It's brain, it's eyes, it's everything. Also, how did you make your hands not jitter so your spacing is proper and your padding is correct? And I can tell you some were correct and some were not. So I know some people were jittery.
I wonder if you have to kind of make your resolution smaller, so it's easier to kind of get those movements in. Having
precise, I love.
Yeah. So like you can see the pixel on the screen. So
yeah, I like that. That's the kind of thing you have to do if you want to get past us, because you know padding is super important. It's one of those things where if you ever studied art in any way, they would teach you all the things about padding, and that goes and comes right into here. Even though this is all about marketing, this is really nothing else. So super important to get the padding right. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right. And you look at it and you go, I don't want to click this. I don't want to give this app my money. Maybe I'll do it
you
later.
probably didn't hear it, but I was actually looking at the paywall design, and I thought that the icons in the features section and the section below it weren't supposed to be offset, but that is how like the actual design had it, and like that caught my eye. Turns out that was by design. So now I'm very curious why.
But it's done nicely by design, and I think I know why. The icon is kind of centered visually, vertically, and then you have the text and you have the subtitle. Whereas in some of the paywalls that we saw, either the font was too small and then the icon was larger. And something about that just looks off. Just feels like I don't want to look at this. It's like the icon is going to eat my text. And I don't want icons eating text. We don't have time for that. So I think that's why they did it the other way around on the original paywall.
That's fair. That's fair. Very cool. It looks like we're
animated here.
We're trying to figure out getting our next things here all set up.
I'm so excited for round 2. Let's get round 2 started.
Round 2 has tabs, which tabs is very different than kind of designing a single tier paywall. Kind of living in a multi-dimensional world a little bit more there.
If it was easy, it would be fun, as they say.
Exactly.
And we're having fun. There's a lot of fun happening here.
All right, looks like we have an interview coming on, and then after that we will be jumping into round 2. So let's get this interview going.
Excellent.
All right, Daniel, can you guys hear us?
I can, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you both. Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
How do you feel?
Very much. Relieved. I'm a little bit nervous towards the end there.
Yeah.
When they said that one clear winner, I was like, oh no, I'm going to be fighting it out for third. But yeah, no, happy we made it through, definitely. I had a feeling I was going to see Emil already in the finished waiting room as well when I finished, and lo and behold, there he was.
Have either of you been to New York before?
No. First time.
Did you ever think that you would get to New York doing an e-sport?
Maybe when I was 20.
Fair. Well, hopefully we did complete your 20-year-old dream. But yeah, how did you feel during the event? Was it stressful? Were you dialed in? Was everything you expected?
I think it was more or less as expected. Like, I have been a few times on stage, so I didn't get that much of a stress before, but still, like, I know for the first minute I felt that the heartbeat is a bit kicking in. Yeah. But then it like settled down because you have to focus so much on like moving the mouse and keeping hand on the mouse and remember what numbers you have to type in and all that stuff. So it just goes away and you're just in your flow of things.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I found that like once you get into like the flow of it, it's fine. Like that first, it's funny. The plans text whatever at the top, I find it the most stressful for some reason. Like, but I know that once I get that done, I knew that I could go through and flow on with the rest. So yeah, once that was out of the way, I kind of just felt calm, just took a nice breath and just. I thought, because like, when I was doing some practices earlier, like I realized that like when you're typing stuff in and like you mess it up, like that takes up like so much time to then delete it and go back and do it. So I was like, right, just take my time, type download correctly, and you'll be fine. I was a little bit worried that lowercase W was gonna screw me over, but
it looks like it did not. So it looks like you both clocked in a little over 7 minutes. What was your time you were hoping to hit? What was your fastest time that you had before this? Was it close to that?
Yeah, actually, earlier when I was doing it, I think my best was like 7 minutes 6 seconds or something like that. So yeah, that's probably right on par, I think.
Yeah, I was starting also something for 7 minutes. Like my best time was, I think, 6:42.
Oh wow!
So with I know about 20 runs today that I tried, it was in between 6:42 and 7 and 10. So I had a decent place to try to fill in.
Nice. Well, I think we're all done here. We're gonna go on to round 2. So again, thank you both so much and congratulations. And we'll be seeing you in New York in 2 months.
Cheers, thanks, guys. Good luck, Group 2.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we might do a quick bracket update just to show where we're at. Flash that up on the screen. And then we will, without delay, Josh will show you what the inspiration paywall is. And then we'll go straight to round 2 because I know we're already incredibly behind on time. Again, the paywalls are fast, but the stream is a little slow, but we'll keep it going. So yeah, if we could please get the updated graphic of the bracket on the screen.
There we go. Okay, here is the updated bracket. Hopefully my audio is working. Please chat, yell at me if it's not. We have Emil's and Daniel as the 2 finalists from Group A. We don't have a name in there for the sudden death playoff person, but that person does exist.
Theory, right?
It was Theory, yes. Theory is going to be joining us for a 3rd paywall competition, or a 3rd, I guess, a Group C. Group C at the end of this.
Great. So right now we'll switch to Josh, and he'll show us the paywall that we're going to be building for round 2.
All right. So let me get my screen off of my face and onto my computer. So here we go. So this is the paywall for round 2. As I mentioned a few times now, this is a little bit different, somewhat similar. For round 2, we have our tab component in play here. So in this paywall, there are different tiers. You get just the podcast tier in this first tab, and then there's a more expensive one for getting all the kinds of access. And then you can see that the text is different here between the different tiers. There's different text in how the auto renewing and subscribers work, or subscriptions work, and then we do have a similar feature list below, and then a CTA at the bottom in the footer. So this is what this group will be doing. Again, we're looking here for speed and quality. 90% in quality is the goal. If we can get 3 above it, that would be fantastic and make our judges' lives much easier. But this is a tough thing to do. So I'm very excited to see how this next group of competitors can build this.
Yeah, definitely. And so this paywall, actually, in terms of taking some of the top paywalls from the App Store, this is from the Economist. So it's from their subscription app, and we've duplicated that here today. So as we saw before, MyFitnessPal was the first one, and now we're moving on to the Economist. And this is the light mode of that paywall as well. So yeah, very excited to see how participants bring this to life. We've got some custom fonts, which RevenueCat allows you to update your system fonts, as we can see with that serif font in the header. And yeah, so we'll be passing it off to the round 2 competitors. We're just getting them all queued up as well. Josh, looking at this one, what do you think is going to be the biggest time contributor? Would it be setting up the tabs and having that be responsive to the rest of the paywall?
Yeah, I think the tabs here are probably one of the things that are going to slow things down a bit, just because you can't see everything all on the screen at once when creating it. So there's going to be some flipping back and forth between looking at the different tiers. Do people go down the mode of duplicating one tier to the other? And if there are changes after the fact, how do they sync the changes in between again? So I'm excited to see the kind of strategy that our contestants do here with the tabs. With the feature list and the CTA, that should be pretty similar, pretty standard to what we had in Group A. But I think we will see different patterns here, different plays about how the tab creation goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yes, this one was I know our contestants were working the way, prepping on this one to build it as quickly and accurately as possible. And so excited to see who comes out on top here. I think our paywall for the sudden death round is a bit less complex, given that folks haven't had the time to run through it yet. So we will see how that all comes to be.
Yeah.
So I think we should have.
Yeah. Do we have everybody in the channel? It looks like people are starting to get into build mode. So I am very anxious here. I'm gonna turn my face back on now. All right. We're getting an update from our crew, seeing what we can do here to get to the next phase. I don't know what else I have to talk about. I've talked about a lot. I am way past all the info that I prepared to fill the void. What we can do is we can go back to building my physical paywall during this time. We'll put some some of the $29.99 prices up top now. Make it very very high up there. I don't think I showed this earlier, but this custom paywall did come with a cat.
Of course.
So, oh, Francie is back.
Hello. I forgot I wasn't even on the screen. I thought I was. I'm just the voice of God.
Nice. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about? I mean, we have a lot to talk about, but what do the people want to hear? I think is the important part.
I think they want to hear, is there anything, I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot and then I get you in trouble later. Is there anything you want to tease for RevenueCat Paywalls?
Ooh, let's see. We are building videos into our paywalls right now. That is actively being worked on as I'm talking on stream. The team is doing that. So there will be a video component, and it'll also be available as a background in the paywall as well. So that'll be coming here relatively soon. We also have promo codes and promo offers being released this week. I do have one pull request to finish up yet, but this is not a coding live stream here. This is a paywall live stream. And speaking of that, it looks like we are underway. Okay.
All right, amazing. We've got Joel and Jonathan on screen, and they've already hit the ground running, even though the timer has been running for mere seconds.
I don't know if you saw Jonathan right now, but he had a button on the screen that was like 900 pixels tall. Was that strategy? Was that mistake?
I think he's trying to throw off the competitors.
Was it taunting?
I think
taunting allowed?
I don't know. We're gonna have to defer to the judges. We're gonna have to defer to the judges on that one.
I mean, I do like a little bit of competitiveness here, so I'm gonna go with that's probably allowed. So what we will see going on in Jonathan's screen right now is he's using for the packages list what we call our styled components. So we have a bunch of different components in paywalls. We have a text, we have an image, we have a product, we have a purchase button, and you can configure those designs any way you want. We allow you to get like the most rawest type of design and have full control from there. But what we also do is kind of have templates per component type. So you can go start with something that looks like a rounded tab component, or you can start with something that has a square package component. So I think what's interesting here is this paywall that these contestants are doing, I think does actually match up pretty nicely with kind of some standard components that we already have, which is exciting because it means for more faster paced paywall building. Maybe not exciting because we're not seeing a lot of this custom creativity here, but we're also in it for speed, and we're already over, so I'm in it for the speed. I don't know if you see Jonathan right now, but Jonathan has pasted all of his text for the paywall in one single field, and then is pulling stuff from that. So I have not seen that before, and I am frightened for that text editor. I have never stress tested it with that much text before. There's no unit test for that. So Jonathan has me literally at the edge of my seat.
Truly. I mean, I'm asking for us to see the next coupling of people, but it is interesting. I think that honestly, this could be known as the World Paywall Bug Bashing Championships. It gives you the chance to try new edge cases and ways of building paywalls, because I'm really not expecting our actual developers to be smashing the keyboard in this way, but you never know. People have busy schedules, and sometimes you need to build a paywall in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So we did
go through a few weeks of performance improvements in our paywall about I think it was in April or June of this year. The editor needed a bit of love. We had to redo some Redux or Joe Tai stuff, I'm a generalist engineer, not a front-end expert. So I'm dangerous enough to kind of know what they're talking about, but not good enough to actually fix the performance here. So I think that was really great in kind of preparing for this competition, because it is really allowing our competitors to be at the top of their game.
Totally. Yeah, I'm seeing them just fly through this. They're starting to take shape. I really think, yeah, you hit the nail on the head when you said adding the CTA button at the bottom definitely makes things look like a real paywall, which is exciting.
It feels a lot more real.
I'm curious to see where our next duo is at.
Yes, let's get the next one. I'm gonna see if they're at the same pace here. Looks like we have the title, we have some tabs, we have some packages, we have the CTA. Is everybody here? The suspense is killing me. I mean, I could go look in Discord where the screens are also being shared, but I want to be just as surprised as everybody else when we see the next contestants.
Absolutely. Yes, I think this one will be, I think I'm estimating close to the 10-minute mark, given all of the text that needs to be combined. I think I'm estimating, maybe the top build will be hovering around that time zone, but I'm always open to be surprised, because it does seem that these folks are tearing through in a really exciting way. I'm keeping an eye on the group 2 finish chat to see if anybody is finished just yet. We don't have any finishers, but I'll be sure to break that.
Correction, we have a finisher.
We do.
They finished before we can move on to the next one. That is insane.
Oh my gosh, he was. Oh, and Joel as well. Joel is locking his in, it seems.
Wow, we saw Joel's entire process on screen.
Fabulous.
I would love to talk to Joel right now and see how he's doing. But I don't think that technology exists, so we can't do that.
I think we can infer from his face. Joel looks incredibly chill, cool, calm, and collected.
Looks
this
so
is just another
relaxed.
day for Joel. Joel's just building paywalls like it's nobody's business.
There he is. Thumbs up. Joel is feeling good. He is a paywall professional. If you need yours done, contact Joel. Oh
my gosh, Joel has a Biddler plushie.
Oh, let's do
He's
Biddler
a friend
hugs.
Of the cat.
Can we do that? I don't know if that's a thing we can do, but
yes,
look at that.
I
was not expecting that on stream.
Wow, we love to see it.
No wonder why Joel did so good. He had help from the RevenueCat friends.
It's true. The RevenueCat friends, they bring the vibes, they bring the energy.
They are
that
allowed.
We need to see.
They are allowed. So it is the only help you can get from the outside.
The only third-party tooling allowed is a hug from a RevenueCat friends plushie. That's for sure.
So we have 3 done, and math is hard. 4 still going. We did originally give our contestants 10 minutes to do this. We expanded to 15, not knowing that we were going to be a little bit slower on stream. But it looks like we didn't even need the 15. Like, we could have dropped it down to 5.
Truly,
and maybe we should.
Yeah. I feel like, I think sometimes when you're practicing at home, you get in your own head, you think, oh, I need so much more time. But then when it comes down to it, the pedal to the metal, you're on stage. Jonathan's doing a great job. I see him carrying through here on the copy. He's building and building. We'd love to see. Sure. Not giving up. Oh, it looks like he's got 3 tabs going.
Oh, I wonder what's going on with the 3rd tab. If he's not happy with one and decided I'm not going to edit it, I'm just going to duplicate it and change it just in case. If I don't like it, then I'll just go delete one of them. So I think he's using it as a form of version control, which we've not seen before.
That's an interesting strategy. That's an interesting strat he's got going.
I would love to question him after this to see if were you doing in paywall version control, which isn't a thing that we designed, but hey, well, I mean, we kind of have it. We store all your revisions. We have Command Z to go back, and whatever the opposite of that is to replay stuff. So we do have version control, but just not this kind of version control.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to see how Jonathan is feeling here. Like, is he feeling the heat? Does he know that people have already moved over, or is he just calm? Is he is like what's the overall vibe? I think we need that next paywall championship is to get our faces are on the screen. Okay.
I'm not a paywall.
I am also not a paywall, but I would love to actually get more than just a paywall on screen. If we can get like some like indicators of their stress level, their heart rate. Is that too intrusive?
Like a thermometer?
I have no idea, but like it would be nice to have some more stats. So it does look like most of our competitors have finished. There is one still going on, and judges are already underway judging the results. So it turns out that we can we can be asynchronous here, which is great for us trying to finish up. So I'm excited for this.
Yes, judges, please feel free to jump in and start judging the completed paywalls so we can keep things moving here. I know you guys have your system now. You know, I think I might have been wrong about my predictions, because I think that really just flew by. We've got all participants have now completed their group 2 builds, which is very exciting. And before we know it, we'll be on to we got the
times in. 6:02 and 6:10 and 6:30 were the fastest 3.
Wow,
will those be
all top 3?
Yeah,
all top 3 were in the 6 minute mark, and then number 4 gets into the 8 minute 47 mark.
I did not expect that at all.
Me either. People were saying, "Oh, I'm not going to make even 10 minutes for this," but I guess they've really unlocked the power of the builder and the speed building competition to push them forward. Love to see it.
They were really going for that speed. Like, they know this is speed competition, and that was the goal. But I feel like a lot of those had quality too. And by a lot of those, I mean the only 2 that we could see. But like the quality of those actually looked pretty good.
Yes, absolutely. And we saw Joel, who was one of those 6 minute builds, finish his live before our eyes, and he was flying through it. And he, sources say he was powered by that Biddler stuffed animal to get done what he needed to do. And who are we to say that our stuffed animals are bestowed with mystical paywall building powers? But I think the evidence speaks for itself, Josh.
I'm glad nobody actually had like Shippy on their side, because Shippy is very mischievous.
Very powerful.
It is not like Shippy might be the RevenueCat friend that gets you disqualified, like has a high chance. So I don't think anybody had that on their side. Everybody looked like they were doing great, following the rules, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's exciting to see people fly through, whether they're helped by stuffed animals or not. Love to see it. And excited to see, now I think our judges have a bit more experience under their belt in terms of moving with speed and understanding really how to balance those 2. And so excited to see the conclusions they reach for us. And then really, time is going to come into the essence when we show off the next paywall build for the sudden death round, Josh. And it's an exciting paywall for a cool app, much like all of these. And so it'll be great to see who comes out. I mean, I'm always rooting for the underdog. I think the top 3 are obviously very fast builders in both categories. So to see them go live head to head will be exciting for everyone.
Yeah, the hard part is this is such a new esport that I don't even know who the underdog is in the sudden death competition. They're both underdogs. They're both whatever the opposite of that is. But I think the prize that they're competing for is so big that we're gonna see some crazy strategies evolve in that round. Totally. One thing that did come to mind going back to this round is there are quite a few less competitors here because of people that did drop out of the competition. That I think judging hopefully should go a little bit quicker because there is less paywalls to judge. So
that is true. Some folks couldn't take the heat and had to get out of the kitchen, and that's why there's only 7. I
get that.
Folks.
I get it. This is not a sport for everyone. I'm almost out of water. I didn't plan ahead enough over here. It's an extreme sport over on this side as well.
Absolutely.
Do we have any indication from the judges? Do you know of where they're at?
I'm keeping an eye on the judges as well.
All right.
Seeing if we have any updates just yet. I think they're still deliberating. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what they say. I mean, you know, of these two paywalls, Josh, which one do you think you could build the fastest?
Well, let me go back and look at the two, and I'm gonna go with the kind of results that we've seen, and I think the one with Group B is definitely the one that is probably one of the faster ones. And this actually brings up a really good question about paywall design. This paywall, even though it had custom fonts and has multiple tabs, it is a little bit more like flat in its design. Doesn't have as much going on in the paywall, where the one from Group A is a little bit flashier, has gradients, has a lot more info, and does require more time to build. And designing your paywall is really about what your audience, what your customer needs to see in order to convert. Is it a more simple paywall? Does all the information matter? Or do you need to see a paywall that has more in it? So both these paywalls, being one that is a little bit more simple and in design, and one that has more complexity, are both very valid, probably for their app. But I think with this one, I could probably build a Group B a little bit on the faster side.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like those gradients, like you were saying earlier, they can be challenging to get just right. Definitely. Yeah, and I mean, I think this round is like we were saying, very copy heavy. But yeah, I was really impressed with the speed that we saw come through, and I know
the
our
calmness.
judges.
Joel was not stressed one bit.
Maybe
he was, and he didn't show it.
It's true. I'm personally not great under pressure, so I know that I would be struggling under these conditions. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I competed in anything, and I'm not fit right now to be a part of a competition on that side.
Exactly.
It is very different.
So for these contestants, what do you want to know from them in the interview round? You know, once we figure out who's the top three, was there anything that you are curious about? Like, I think I'm curious about how, you know, their copy and pasting strategies, how much of that they felt took up their build time from what I've heard, and the tabs.
Oh, I need to jump the stream. I got to go into the judges room, I think. So I'm going to mute myself here, and you can fill all the void and make up an answer for what you think I would say.
Will do. All right. So Josh is gonna hop to confer with the judges, just like I was pulled in last time. I believe the judges are, one of the criteria for judging was that the paywall itself would be built in such a way that if it was shipped to your app, it would work functionally. So the judges are also making sure that all of those components like tabs and package selection are you know, built with the right modules so that they can work properly. And I think, you know, one of the things, so I myself, I'm the product marketer here at RevenueCat, one of the product marketers, and I do not have a technical background. I've never coded anything in my life. And well, that's actually not true. When I was in high school, I learned how to code HTML, and I made local businesses in my small Canadian town websites. And they were very bad websites. They were made with HTML tables. And yeah, but anyway, so that's the only foray into coding I've ever done. And it's quite outdated at this point. But all this to say, I think, you know, even in helping to prepare for this competition, I was testing out the builds and seeing, you know, how quickly I could even build them. And I found it surprisingly intuitive. And so those pre-built components are really helpful in RevenueCat Paywalls. I don't know if anybody listening to the stream or anybody on the calls ever tried to build with our previous paywall builder. It's a totally different experience. Previously, it was all based on templates. So you had a pretty rigid experience, which was great for folks that kind of wanted to operate in the parameters of something that's tried and true. But now we've given people complete flexibility to build whatever they want, but also some pre-built building blocks like these components, like the tabs, like the package selectors, things of that nature. So it's really made things a lot easier for our developers. I'm getting word from the judges that they will have reached their conclusion in the next 5 minutes, which is really exciting because then we'll finally have an idea about
It looks like you're needed now.
I'm needed. Where am I needed?
Somebody said not urgent. Oh, sorry, not urgent,
Okay.
but you might be needed. Anyway, I don't know what Francie left out, but I'm going to talk about paywalls v1 and templates. Just kidding. Francie talked about that. I think
I did.
already. So
you know, is there anything else that we can demo in the product as we talk through?
Let me go look. Let's yeah, do we wanna can we get my screen going full screen? That'd be fantastic. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna share my screen again. Boom. Okay, so this is where we left off last time. I was showing through some templates. I'm not going to talk about all of them in detail, but I'll show you how many that we actually have. So these are our virtual currency ones. We have some with tabs, ones that have more of a horizontal package structure, ones that are like full screen, single package, paywalls that are designed for Japanese audience. There are quite a few in here. And one of the cool things I don't think we've actually talked about too much is our paywall templates are actually built with our paywall editor itself. So we cat food our own product here. We have a RevenueCat project for our templates, design these paywalls in those templates, publish them, and then that actually gets cycled into this template list here for our customers to use. So it's a really neat way for us to go through the same pain points, the same friction that our customers go through as well. So I think that actually speaks kind of to how our company works, is that we have high empathy towards our customers and want to understand how they do things, decisions they make, go through their process. And our paywalls tool does exactly that. So yeah, we have all these different templates to choose from. I can click on one. Let's go click on, what's a fun one to click on? I'll click on this family share one. So you get a list over here of all different components. So you can change things as you want. You can click in here, you can change the text, you can drag, move stuff around, you can delete things if you want. So you don't have to use this exact paywall, but you can use it as a really good starting point. So you don't have to start from scratch like our contestants are doing. So that's something in our paywall editor that is fun. One thing that I also did not show. We'll go into let's go create another one. Nope, I don't want to start from blank. Discard changes. Okay, I totally know how to use things. What we also have is, which our contestants aren't doing this for their paywalls, but we do support localized. Oh, my AirPods are dying. Did not expect that. Let me go see how much I have in them. I might have to take one out. Okay, we're okay for right now. One thing that we do have is we do have localizations as well, which our contestants are not doing. I have to save my paywall first, but I can go in here. Right now I just have English. I can go and add locales for Catalan, Danish, what's another one? Japanese. And I could go in here and I could type all the different translations, but you don't have to. We have an auto translate feature that will totally work because live demos always go great. This will translate everything on your paywall for you into all the different locales that you support. Right now we have like 26, 32, 20, I don't know, some good number. We can add a lot more, but this is great. Even though this isn't like, might not be very perfect for translations. It will get you a lot of the way there. You can export these translations and then give them to actual professional translating service, translator, and update them as well. So this is just, I think, a good starting point to get your paywall out there to a lot more customers with confidence that some of those will convert. But we do give you the freedom to override them, export, and import them. So that's an exciting feature of our paywalls that our paywall builders, contestants, are not going through right now. We also offer light mode and dark mode support, and you can preview your paywalls in different ways. You can also preview it on a tablet, which doesn't look great right now, but in the upcoming weeks, we're going to offer more support for configuring your paywall for different views. So if it's on iPhone, small screen, on iPad, bigger screen, you can add more content, hide content, turn horizontal stacks to vertical stacks. You can really take control depending on where this paywall is being displayed. So that is a little bit more in our paywall editor. If you haven't seen the rest of our product, we're gonna go into let's go into one of our apps that we actually own. But you can see, like, we have overview page here where you can see your active subscriptions, MRR. You can see different customers. You can go into charts. Oh no, not customers. Charts. Here we go. Charts. You can see revenue. You can see the different things. I'm not a chart expert, but we do have that ability. And our own apps that we own do run paywalls and everything else. So just another area where we can understand our customer more by actually being our customer. I'm going to put my face back.
So, are we ready? Awesome. Okay, so for the second round, the winners are Hugh Swan, Joel, and Joshua.
Or Joshua, it depends. Correct.
Joshua is going to the sudden death round. Very exciting. And so, what were the times of the top three?
The top three, 6 minutes 2 seconds for Yusan, 6 minutes 10 seconds for Joel, and 6 minutes 30 seconds for Joshua.
That is wild.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow, so speedy.
But I have to add, there were a lot of mishaps on this one. So like Josh said in the beginning, tab components are a little bit tricky. And if you're building really, really fast, make sure you pay attention to everything. Everything.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Thank you, judges. So really excited to announce that that we have our winners that are going to New York City, and that Joshua is going to be proceeding on to round the speed build round that's following, which is our sudden death. And so I would love to ask for us to bring our top two winners up onto the stage. So I'll just send this for the championship interview. And then we'll move straight to the sudden death to bring our final participant onto the stage. Thank you so much, Vahe and Ariel, for your judging. And
yes,
I'm
thank
glad
you both.
That we've arrived at our winners.
We'll see you back here for live judging after the sudden death.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations,
right.
everyone. Really impressed with these builds and how quickly they've progressed.
All right,
awesome.
Back to just us.
It's just us, the dynamic duo, besties. Okay, so I want to know from these guys, most of all, if they thought they would be as fast as they are today, because I think from what we heard about the prep is that everybody was worried about even hitting 10 minutes, and they blew that out of the water.
Wow. They clocked in at 6.
Truly, yes. So I really would love to hear from those folks, since we had them on the stage, how they were able to deliver that quickly.
I think we can pull them up on stage. I think that technology exists here. We're going to find out. If not, I can just make up answers for them.
Honestly, yeah. I think I wonder what you would have to say. but I'm hoping we can get it from the participants themselves, of course. And even that third place time on this one, it was really neck and neck. They were all sub 7 minutes, which is so fast for a complex paywall like that.
Yeah, I make paywalls in less time, but also those are paywalls that don't convert, and I'm just testing like a single component. I don't think I've actually made like a legit paywall in our editor in that amount of time. Like, these are next level competitors that they spend so much time training up on, and
Absolutely.
It's very exciting to see.
Okay, great. Well, I'm excited to talk to them. Sorry, everybody, for the delay. We're just waiting on our technical team to bring up the participants for an interview. So we'll give them a moment to do that. Josh, what happened to your dog?
Oh, he finally calmed down somehow. He's lying back on his bed now. He just spent the last hour stressing out about the excitement of who was going to be in sudden death. And now that he knows, he is much calmer, which is very opposite of our two sudden death contestants. But I mean, that's how this dog is. He's very opposite of the attitude that everybody else is having around him.
Very oppositional. I'm curious, if the sudden death participants, now that they know, what is the energy in their office right now? They're behind their desk. Are they stretching their fingers? Are they, Yeah,
I don't know. I watched a lot of golf, and like, there are a lot of competitors who in golf, if they're preparing for the extra holes at the end, will go out to the range, stay warm, but there are also those select few who will just sit down, stay calm. It really depends on the person, their attitude, their confidence, and their skills. Does doing more practice actually help in that short amount of time, or is it more about your headspace? So for me, I would be sleeping. But that is this is not about me. This is about them. Somebody on stream did just grab a pillow. So somebody is interested in sleeping, which I completely understand. I agree with that. I would bring out mine as well, but I don't have any pillows down here. I usually don't sleep in my office.
For a little nap myself. I'm excited to chat with these folks. Worst case scenario, I might just, in the interest of time, ask.
Let's just go straight to sudden death.
Yeah, I'm just gonna message the team about that.
That is my hot take here. Straight to sudden death.
Absolutely.
Interviews can happen in a blog post or something afterwards. More work for the content team. Wait, that's you, right?
Uh-oh. No, that's... Oh,
never mind. Hey, all right.
All right.
How are both of you feeling?
So, did you guys... I know there was a lot of chat in the Discord before about how people were concerned about even hitting the 10-minute mark on this paywall. Did you have it? What time did you both think you were going to clock before starting today?
To be honest, initially, before the change, I was a bit worried. I was still practicing at the time, and I did not hit sub 10. So when I saw that come through, and then it got approved, I was a bit more hopeful. But with today's time, I think that was record for me. During my practice, I was clocking in at like 6:40, 6:30. So
great. And how about you? What do you think was the estimated time that you had going into this, Yushan?
Sorry, my English is not good, but
That's
think origin paywall I need maybe 11 minutes to finish it. But this change I only 6 minutes, 30 seconds. So
oh wow.
So I I think it's very, very nice. Thank you.
So there's something about this competition, the eyes on you, that I think just kind of sped it up a little bit. Like it was energizing, or you just saw the need for speed. Either or.
Yeah, I'd say both.
I did have some other questions that I totally forgot because that was like a half an hour ago when I think Francie asked me if there was anything else that I did want to ask. How was your use of styled components? Did you try and use a lot of the like pre-built ones and then edit those, or did you try and just style all of the components from scratch?
Mainly from scratch. For me, it was just practice. I just did it countless times until it felt like it was second nature. That was my strategy. Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more questions, Francie, or are we ready to move on to preparing for sudden death?
I would love to move on to the sudden death. Josh, actually, let's move to a screen of just Josh. And he's going to show us what the paywall is going to be. And I'm going to share the speed build with the contestants via Discord so that our sudden death participants can get started with that.
All right.
So let me pull that up.
Sounds good. I got it on my screen up. Joel, thank you so much and congratulations, and see you both in New York. I cannot wait. So for the next one, what we have here, there we go. Okay, we have a paywall that is a little bit more simple in nature than the past two. For strategic reasons, this is sudden death. Our contestants have not seen this paywall before. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, maybe. There we go. Okay, so the contestants are given 2 media assets up front. The paywall builder is preloaded with... Oh, I think I need to do some work too for the contestants and get their names added onto the paywalls. So I'll do that after I explain this. But here we have a background image and a image of a header image that they have to add. So grading's going to be there. It's really about placing the image in, putting the text in, getting some of the feature or the member benefits in place, and then a lot of the time spent will probably actually be around the packages, because these are pretty custom looking packages here in their shape, in their size, and their content. We don't have any style components for this, so I'm very excited to see kind of how our contestants approach this. I'm going to unshare my screen now because I have some important business to do to allow our contestants to see their paywalls without ugly things on the screen.
Yeah. And so
Francie, if you don't mind taking over for a sec.
Yeah, so what Josh is going to do, so if you're in the round 2 bracket, if you're in the sudden death bracket, I've just sent in the sudden death chat. So if you qualified, so we're looking at those past 2 qualifiers, you're to go into the RevenueCat project, and from there you can find the blank canvases on which to build the paywall. And I've provided you with a guide as well over Discord about what you'll need to build. All of the assets are preloaded in terms of the background image and the Joy 101 logo. So that's already in there for you. These contestants are to use the default font. That is the system font. And you should be all set there. So what Josh is just doing right now is he is setting up.
Who are our sudden death contestants again? I'm totally blanking.
That's okay. Our sudden death contestants, as I recall, are Joshua de Guzman. Okay. And the other sudden death one, let me just return back to the staff chat to confirm. If you know that you're in the sudden death from round 1, could you please turn your mic on and let me know? Yes. So Theory, it's
Theory.
Theory
That's right,
and
Theory.
and Joshua. So
I should
Josh
know
is adding your name to the paywall that you'll be building in right now, and then we'll confirm that with you shortly.
All right.
So for this paywall, as Josh mentioned, we've tried to pick one that is hopefully a quick build since the folks have not had much experience to it. I've just sent them the guides now. Okay, folks. So Theory and Joshua, if you go into the shared RevenueCat project, is that right, Josh? Now they'll be able to find their names. There's a sudden death blank paywall canvas for you to open up, and it will have your name on it. You might need to refresh the page in order to see it, but that should be in there for you. And you'll be starting from the blank template, and any of the images that you need will be in the gallery.
And we are starting in 2 minutes, so no time to practice. You just get to go at it.
Awesome. And please. So if you go to the sudden death chat on Discord, as discussed, I've sent you a link. It's a Google Doc, and it has it's called Sudden Death Brief and Assets. And if you click on that, you can see the paywall that you're meant to build, and that's your reference point. And in terms of the blank canvas from which you're supposed to build the paywall on, as discussed by us just previously. So if you click on the document, you can see that says there's a link to the reference paywall image, and that's a button that you can click. There's also a large picture of the paywall that's right next to it. So that's what you're building.
And the images are already preloaded in there. So when you go add an image, the media gallery already has the images for that in it already. So there's sudden death. Yeah, there's sudden death theory for you, and sudden
the one
refresh,
that says your name on it. Okay, so is everybody set now?
All right, Joshua's screen is being shared. Theory's is getting their screen all up, and we are. Looks like we're getting ready. Are we calling the start, Francie, or how does this work?
Yes, I believe that we will switch to having the judges on screen during this time. But in any case, yeah, I think we can count down the sudden. Let me just actually confer with the tech folks just to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Just want to make sure, knowing that every second is important, that we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. All right, Joshua and Thayer, looks like we need your confirmation in Discord that you are both all set to go.
Yes, in the sudden death channel, please let us know that you're set to go, and then we'll make sure we start the timer. Go into the sudden death chat in Discord, I believe, and confirm that you are ready.
Okay. I think
Joshua, we can't
it looks
quite
like
see
they're
your
ready.
screen. Okay.
Okay. Francie, you want to count down for him?
All
or
right.
are we?
We'll count down. Ready to go? All right. And please make sure that you're on mute on your Discord screen and on Zoom. And we'll count things down in once I see that you guys both have the right builds on your screen. Okay, great. I see everybody's got the build on the screen. I'm gonna count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right. They are
Started the
underway
timer.
or should be underway. It looks like they're both going. All right. So Joshua is starting off with the background right away. Theory's going with the header image. Very interesting approaches. They're going for structure or going for aesthetics, and it looks like now they're just going for both images at once. But this is very exciting to see. They've never seen this paywall before. What do you think is going through their head at this moment?
I think, one of the things that I'm realizing is the image I provided, I believe, had no background, but I think something in translation ended up happening that the background is there, but that's fine. We won't dodge points for that if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because that's an error on the judge's part, or rather on the host part. So now I see the background is gone. Excellent, love to see it.
Nice.
I'm seeing a lot of fast progress. I'm impressed with Joshua. I think that I could just be biased by the fact that the background itself adds so much visual impact that we're already seeing it look like the paywall. I see that Joshua.
Speaking of death, my AirPod just died, so that's exciting. I have one AirPod left. This really is sudden death.
Everything that can't go wrong will go wrong. Somebody said that one time.
All right, this is looking like a full paywall on Joshua's side almost. I don't see a CTA yet, but I think we have packages being formed at the moment.
Yes, it seems like Joshua's screen is also flipped, if I'm not mistaken. Which it doesn't impact the judging process, but
maybe it's flipped on his side too, and that's just the way that he thinks, the way he builds, and that's totally fine.
And that's what makes him a paywall genius.
Yes.
Ariel, are you joining us for some commentary? What do you think of these builds so far?
Maybe Ariel's not. Did he unmute? I see him here.
I heard him say yes, so maybe I misspoke, but
maybe he unmuted by mistake. So hopefully he doesn't say anything out of turn. But we should keep talking nonetheless, or let him know in Discord that he is unmuted. All right. Looks like we have a pretty good looking. Oh, Joshua's screen went black. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, just glitchy stuff. Theory's adding some colors here. Theory's looking like he's going for a gradient on the background instead of using the provided image, which is interesting choice. Which I honestly also don't hate. Oh, my other AirPod is dying. This is going great.
We're losing Josh slowly.
We are
perfect,
losing
Ariel.
me slowly.
Just in time for you to sub in and be my right hand person.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice
looking at the screen
to do the gradient because the background image, as you'll see once we do a closer inspection of it, it does have a bit of a grain to it. I'd be curious to interview Terry afterwards to understand what made him make that call. Yeah,
maybe there were some issues with image sizing, positioning. Maybe you just didn't see that there was an image in there. Sudden death round is a very different environment where you can't really
absolutely
pre-plan like you would with the other two. So
it's all about operating under pressure, really. And I can't say I'm great under pressure, so I really feel for these contestants.
Well,
no, I would definitely
something we're going to be judging on. So hopefully there's attention to detail here. Although I'm already seeing some good moves, so we're on the right track, I think.
Yeah, Joshua's paywall is really coming together. And honestly, this is just so impressive that these folks have never seen this paywall until literally seconds ago. And now they are rebuilding it with really great precision, which is a testament to both their skill and the ease of editing with RevenueCat paywalls.
Oh yeah, this is where Josh says how good of a job he did building all this from scratch. Right, Josh? You wrote all of this, I know, with your fingers.
I started a lot of it, and then I had a team fix a lot of my bad code. So there's a big team behind this. There was a lot of us. There was 13 of us working on this at once in different areas last December. So it was a full team project, and it was a lot of fun to do. And now I'm a little bit more hands off, but more helping in the direction of things and seeing new stuff we can add. And from this, I feel like our contestants have maxed out a lot of the advanced stuff that we can do. So for year 2, there's going to be a lot more advanced things that I think I would love these contestants to kind of see how they can take it up even more from just these like simple static paywalls that we have.
Absolutely.
Not spoiling anything,
Really magnificent.
of course.
Well, I mean, if we're going to do that, then we're going to aim for a much stricter scoring system. So let me know ahead of time, and we'll be ready as judges.
I like this. Already planning for year 2.
Oh, yeah. You know me. That's how I do everything.
Ooh, it looks like Theory's catching up a little bit. It looked like he was behind a little bit from Joshua, but the paywalls are looking pretty neck and neck right now.
Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking almost good. I think Theory has some things are going on right now. But Josh is definitely in the right place, on the right track.
I see Josh does have CTAs as well. Those weren't the first things that were there, but in this case, not the hardest part of this paywall. So I can see why those would stay until the end.
Yeah, totally. I think it's also one of those things that they are pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of complexity in here. There's not a lot of crazy weird alignment like in some of the other ones. The labels are kind of in the, I don't know, a simpler place than what I would expect generally.
As it should be.
This is an easy one. Really, you think so? You don't want to put, I don't know, the best value to me should be somewhere else. There's just so much text going on. But now I'm just judging the original, and I'm not going to do that. That's above my pay grade.
That is not what this is about. This is not a roast of paywall design.
Yeah, exactly. For that, you have to tune into my channel later on.
Exactly. Plug it in. I'm curious here when Joshua decides when to call it. Like, it's looking like it's nearing completion. And are we going for speed here, or are we going for quality? Do you think Joshua's going to make a decision in either direction?
I hope we're going for quality. I need more quality, because what I'm seeing now needs more love. I don't know if I'm allowed to help with the judging ahead of the judging.
I mean, the contestants should have you muted, so hopefully.
Okay, perfect. Then we can continue. So as long as I'm muted, no, I'm not going to spill the beans on what happened for this to score a perfect score, but something needs to happen. I would say some things maybe need to happen. Multiple things, 1.5 at least. Yeah.
This is definitely tough. Like, the contestants had experience of the things that they needed to focus on in Group A and Group B. But now with this one, it takes a little bit more analytical skills, a little more attention to detail of, okay, what is actually not correct here? Like, they're not going on experience of the paywall they've been doing for the past days, months, something like that. Like, this is a lot more runtime decision, game time decision.
Yeah, I'm really seeing Joshua's take shape.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, this is where your eye has to go, am I seeing this correct? Is this really the right size? And you have to size up everything, and the padding, and the size of the circle, and it's got to make sense in your mind. If it doesn't make sense in your mind, you're going to continue to lose track. You're going to just lose track of what's happening. We've seen this in other paywalls where the sizes were contextually correct, but then you look at the reference and they're like, oh no, this is way too small. So this is the kind of thing where you have to look back and forth and always make sure that you're looking at the reference and not just sizing up stuff in your head. And that's what's happening. I see stuff is being sized. So that's Joshua. Joshua is having a lot of fun here. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
In more detail on the Theory side. Where's my mouse?
There looks like a little bit of layout stuff going on right now, or maybe placing some text in places.
Yeah, I see. You know, we're off. This is rough. This is a little bit rough. Like the positioning here is a lot better in my opinion, but font sizes are a little bit off. The padding is a little bit off. The background needs some love. Gradient backgrounds are always problematic, especially this has like a tiny bit of a what's it called, of a pattern behind it, like this little noise. Can you do noise?
This is why we moved to flat design in iOS 7 for the ease of everybody else. Gradients too tough, leather texture too tough. Let's just go straight flat design for everyone.
Exactly. Who needs pretty when we can just do things? Although this,
functional.
If we're looking at this, functional. I like that. We're going for positivity. I mean, if there was no background on this paywall, I think it might have been better. And I know that could have been the case, but why make it easy? If it's easy, it's not fun. So this is definitely
exactly.
Moving forward.
I think Joshua's locking in.
Oh, Joshua locked in. Joshua locked in. I was not expecting that, honestly. Not that I'm saying the paywall wasn't done. I was just not ready for that speed.
And I think, there's Joshua. And Joshua, I know
look at
it's so late where he's at.
Smile. Okay, something's happening.
I think Joshua said it's 4 a.m. his time.
Like?
We are locked
That's
in.
Fine. That's perfect.
Okay.
You got to be awake.
Amazing. Thank you so much, you guys, for that.
Yes, Joshua Theory, good job. Thank you so much. All right.
Truly.
So, that is a lot of pressure after this much time at whatever time of the day it is by them. Yeah, Joshua, it's 4 a.m. and I think he said he has a conference to attend or something.
Oh my gosh, Joshua.
So dedication here is just insane. I'm not sure where Terry's located, but like very similar effort being on stream for what 3.5, 4 hours, however long we've been preparing for this today is exhausting. So that sudden death was just very exciting to see.
Amazing. Okay, so I think we can. I think maybe the most exciting way to do this would be to hear from our judges. How do you want to do it, Ariel? Would you guys like to take an aside, or do you think you could do a live judging on this one?
Yeah, let's do it live. Let's do live
all day.
I'm gonna sit back while you guys do this.
Okay. So I think the obvious thing is so I opened both and I'm comparing them side by side with the reference. And the obvious thing is the background is a little bit off. And so on Theory, so that's already kind of not ideal. But some of the things that I look at when I look at these things is, like I was saying before, like the padding and the spacing and a lot of the font sizes, a lot of that together is what makes the difference between a high converting paywall and I think that people look at and they're not entirely sure why, but they just don't like it. And they're not going to tell you this, and they're not going to know this themselves. They're just going to somehow feel in their insides that, I don't know, like, eh. Now, the thing is, if your app is good enough, then they may not care. But if it's something where they're not sure or something else, this is where you lose people. So this is what's most important to me. What are you thinking, Vahe? We talked about the background. Obviously, that's one, I think, a plus for Joshua. What do you see?
Yeah, I think another thing could be about like the layouts and like the how you actually like structure things. Like if you look at like a paywall, the best value label is quite different from the reference. The color and the shape of it. Yeah, the color is off. The shape is kind of off. I think Joshua got it right. I think like to just add what you are saying is like even like the small things, they just make difference because like even if you get like a few small things off, it just changes like overall how the paywall looks.
Totally. And we got some more issues in Theory's version. There's a $2.99 per week that I don't see in the original. The numbers are really small.
There's $2.91 a week.
Based on that. So I think it's easy to say here that Joshua won this, from my side at least.
Oh my
I think I
goodness.
agree with you.
Yep. And I gotta say also, Joshua, this is better than some of the other paywalls that we've seen in previous rounds. So well done. Attention to detail. I can pick some stuff here and nitpick if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. The font sizes, other than that, I don't want to. So well played. I think you won this. Like, you literally won this. And very, like, really good effort. I think this was a very challenging one, especially this background. So that's my take. What do you say, Vahai? Are you with me on this?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, I think like both did very good job on like creating all of these paywalls. But I feel like even like 10 minutes to create a paywall that you didn't see before, I think it's huge. Like, we create like tons of paywalls, and like it takes a lot of time to get like a very good looking paywalls, like hours to kind of get it like a pixel detailed, you know, and like a creating for both of them, like creating a paywall that they never see before in like 10 minutes. That's a very big deal.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Well, thank you so much both for the judging of this round and the other ones. We're going to pull in Joshua here for an interview and then wrap this whole thing up.
Oh my goodness, so exciting. Joshua is going to New York City, and he'll be competing head to head with our other amazing speed builders for a chance to win $5,000 and that championship belt. And what's also really exciting about that,
belt.
Yeah, and all 5 of these folks today are also going to be featured in a billboard in Times Square, which is literally insane and very exciting.
So sick. So sick.
Yeah, I would love to have Josh open the screen. I mean, I'm sure Josh, more than anything, wants to get the heck off of this Twitch stream and go to bed.
We gotta get him some sleep. Yeah.
I know, but at least, at least he's going to New York. That's a good consolation prize.
Awesome. Let's load Joshua in.
I will message our admin folks. Oh, he's being loaded in for an interview, which is exciting.
All right, Joshua, you're gonna have to unmute in Zoom when you're loaded in, which should be here. Should be here soon. Mute in Discord though, if you are in Discord. All right, we're waiting for video, waiting for a transition. Sometimes transitions are slow. Apple's default transition time is what, like 0.35 seconds. On stream, sometimes we have to go a little bit longer. Fast transitions are tough on the eye. The slow transitions are something that you can kind of see the grace in them, and that is what we're waiting for here. We're not going for the quick, too fast transition. Feels a little bit janky. Definitely going for the longer time where the end user can absorb it. So that's what's happening here. That is the last bit of stretching I can do on this stream.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Funnily enough, actually, I've been testing this on my stream, and the amount of transition between different views that you have actually does make it feel much better or much worse. Don't ask me how I know, or don't ask me why I built an animation engine for XML. You don't want to know, and I didn't, but I did. But it does make a big difference, especially on stream. So if you're a streamer, make sure your animations are the right amount of time. I know this is crazy. I'm not just trying to take up time. I'm just
blog post this, please. I'm very curious. I think we're getting Joshua in here in 30 seconds, which was 15 seconds ago. So Ariel, you can keep talking if you want. Your voice might transition us out, which is fine.
I'm just gonna slowly put everyone to sleep. That's what's gonna happen. But that's okay.
We're already there.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long day. I think the winners earned this. Whatever.
For sure. All right. Ariel's out. Joshua's in. Joshua, how are you feeling besides tired?
All good. Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to go to bed. Yeah, it was good. It was
How was the sudden death? How was it different than what you did in group B?
Well, the first one was really good because I'm prepared to do it. But for the sudden round, I was asking for a practice because otherwise, I don't know how to use the product options like what we had in the design. This is my first time using it because I've been only practicing with the the one with the other pre-built products. So it was pretty crazy. Okay, I can actually change this and then same mechanism, same structure. So I was pretty nervous at the time. But yeah, it was all good. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of your hard work
Yes,
on
thank
this
you.
and for joining us from a hotel room when you're ready for bed. It's so insane, but at least, you know, we'll get to see you in New York and hopefully it feels all worth it. And yeah, really looking forward to meeting you in person. And thank you so much for everything.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you so
thank
much.
you.
All right,
Okay,
let's
very
transition
cool.
Joshua out now so that he can sleep.
Yes,
And
so we might just have some closing graphics now to move on to if anybody's still awake. But yeah, ultimately, want to say thank you so much to truly everybody who who joined. And it's been a huge time investment, not only today, which really has felt like such a time investment, but also just in terms of all the prep work, all of the learning the product, all these different rounds, all of the organization of this stream. And we know you guys are talented, busy people. So the fact that you took this time to do it means a lot. A huge thank you to our judges who are, you know, incredibly busy, awesome people in the app space. And we're so lucky that they would take the time to join such an absurd live stream for us. So thank you so much to truly everybody today. And please go get some more details on RevenueCat's App Growth Annual Conference, where you can see these folks, the final 5,
there we
compete
go.
live.
So exciting. Emil, Daniel, you, Joel, and Joshua. I cannot wait. 2 months cannot come quick enough. I am fine. My dog needs to go outside so bad. So, all right. Yes, I need to go. Yes, same. All right. Apparently we couldn't hear Francie at some point. We can probably hear Francie again. Anyway, I think we're done here. Francie thanked a bunch of people if you couldn't hear her. If you didn't hear her, thank you literally everyone involved. We are gonna go leave our streaming offices now and hit our outro. So, crew, if we could hit the outro. Oh, you have to say your closing words again, apparently.
Yeah, okay, I'll repeat myself. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. I was just saying thank you so much to literally every single person who had anything to do with this, for all of your hard work and involvement and your precious time in contributing to such a over-the-top competition. And you guys did fantastic across the board. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's all we got. Let's legit
wrap
outro
this
this so we can go touch grass, as Francie said.
On mute.